Yo, low key, I'm glad you said that. Why is the intro so soothing? Like, yeah, it's hella soothing and it fucking sucks because I have to um delete it. I can't even have it. Hello, guys. Hey, 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 hey. What's up? Yeah, my freaking my freaking intro is copyright, so I have to change it. Hi. Okay, I see what you did there. Okay. Okay, don't play. Gato meow. Ay, ay, ay. What flavor you puffing on? I got a motherfucking mint, of course, as always. Forever and ever mint. I don't like anything else. That's all I like. But hey guys, yeah, I was live on just Twitch before here. And I did like literally almost 4 hours of karaoke and my throat hurts. But I just had a little snack and now we're back. I am doing my makeup because I have a sponsor that I have to do for some brand that I have a partnership with, and they're making a magazine, which is pretty cool. So I guess I'm gonna be in a magazine. I don't know. Yeah, so that's what I have to do. And we're just gonna watch some YouTube while I do that because yeah. Because that's the vibe now. I no longer have the energy that I did in the beginning, and I no longer have the voice that I did in the beginning. Do a smoke session with Maya. That'd be so cool. You know, you should literally just look that up on her channel because we have one. Believe it or not. And yeah, Maya be living her own life though. Don't be seeing her as often as I would like to nowadays. Hey, what time is it? It is 11:52. Try to show her a better way, she'll say. Yeah. So we were watching motherfucking Pop the Balloon because for whatever reason, welcome JC107. Um yeah, so anyways, move that a little bit. We were watching Pop the Balloon because every time I go live, that's what people tell me to put on. So that's what was on. But if you guys have any other suggestions of things to watch on YouTube, shit, go ahead and tell me. And we can change it at any point. Okay, but I've watched all of the new Slushy Noobs like streams. I also watch body cams. We actually did that last stream also. But I know it's like too intense for some people, but yeah, I love a good body cam. Um yeah, I don't know. Let me know if that's the vibe. Shit. Yeah, they're very interesting. That's why I fuck with them. I prefer a body cam video than any true crime type of video. Let me just watch dead ass what's happening. Like quite literally right there. What is going on? Let me watch that. I should have low-key grabbed a sweater when I went back downstairs because it's kind of cold up here. Hello, my first time here. Well, welcome, Dutmax. Welcome, bro. I'm on some chill shit. Usually I'm pretty fucking turned up and lit, but yeah, I'm fucking tired now. So we're straight chilling. And yeah. Um I love a good public freak out body cam. Oh god though. Sometimes I'm trying to get into all the details exactly. Just wanted to say you bad. Okay, thank you. Um the lip liner I use is okay, I use MAC. I use MAC lipstick. Or like, yeah, I mean, this is the MAC lipstick. I also use MAC lip liner in Stone. These are both Stone. But yeah. The other one I use is NYX lip liners. Been on my Skyrim grind. Okay, period. What race are you playing? And what is like are you a mage? Are you an archer? Are you a swordsman? What are you? Heavy armor, heavy, come on now. Exploring abandoned places? Thank you. Yeah, my chair has a freaking gato on it. The freaking gato. Okay, yeah, so what's the vibe for videos? Playing Khajiit, perfect. I'm pretty early, so I'm doing a lot of quests, trying to get my magicka up and learning spells. Amazing. Um, I'm sure the first quest that you do where you have to go to Winterhold and you have to talk to the mage in Winterhold, you can buy a lot of good spells from him. I would say a pretty good beginner spell is the fuck are they? Fuck. The fucking ones that you put on the ground, bro. I forgot what they're called. Fuck. You can stream GTA 6 when it releases, or not too interested. I'm definitely interested, and I would definitely cop, yeah, for sure. I'm most definitely interested, yeah. So it looks fucking lit, to be honest. Low key, if not body cam, then what they were saying, paranormal. I don't want to watch no fucking paranormal fucking videos, bro. I'm not that type of bitch. I'll watch like a horror movie, but I'm not watching fucking like haunting ass videos. Hell nah. I don't want to feel spooked. Wow. Of course. You know what? You know what? Then this is fucking perfect. You know what? Then this is perfect. There's literally both. How about that? My problem is right now I'm trying to get into college, but I fear spell. But I just got a dragon soul. I'm able to buy property and shit. Nice. I want to get a horse, but I heard it might be a bad investment. A horse low-key is a bad investment. They can get you there a little bit faster, but honestly, it's really not that important. I would say just travel on feet, bro, because once you get a horse and then things start attacking you, it takes you like fucking 5 seconds to get off of the horse before you can even fight back. And then it's just really extra, to be honest. It's good to have like here and there, but not actually. And then you can't even like run as fast as you want on a horse if you have a follower, because then your follower is going to get lost behind you. It's just a lot of bullshit. Your leopard cheetah tattoo's so freaking cool. Will you search to get it? Planning to get one. Look up leopard or cheetah drawing. And there you go. Or you can just have your tattoo artist, whoever you go to, tell them that's what you want and they'll draw it in their own style for you. But yeah, thank you. When I was a kid, I watched X and Vid. I couldn't sleep. No, like I fucking feel you. Yeah. Okay, so this, look, literally, this is both of them. 8 disturbing paranormal police encounters no one can explain. A. Craw Johnson. Thank you for the follow, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Yeah, I mean, this is quite literally both. So I guess that's what we're gonna watch. Love your Geiger tattoo. Funky. Hey. Thanks, bro. Hope you're having a good one. I'm doing pretty well. I hope you are as well. All right, so
These are 8 times officers caught something on their body cams that nobody can explain. And the more you look at the footage, the less any of it starts to make sense.
okay. Well, I need to do my makeup at the same time, guys, so that's what's going to be happening.
On the morning of March 11th, 2026, a man in Florida walks up to a police officer in a parking lot with his phone already in his hand.
Hi. I'm just wanting to document everything that's going on. So I'm pulling up. This is from last night. Did you saw the email I sent you? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you want to go through these again, but I don't know if you listen to them. They're fucking scary.
What is going? Clearly something's going on with her. Like that's not normal behavior.
I don't know how you make your voice sound like that.
Right.
He isn't there to report a crime against himself. He just wants everything documented on the record because of what he woke up to the night before.
Okay, so you had them last night when these voicemails were coming in?
And I saw them this morning. And that is scary. Like, that gave me chills the first few times.
Right.
I don't know how scared I have to actually be.
That doesn't sound like she's in her right state of mind at all.
In the space of a single hour, his ex-wife had called him 17 times and left 9 voicemails.
My significant perfume, my signature perfume. I use 2, and I don't know the name of the other one, but I do have one of them here right now.
The sound coming out of the phone doesn't land like a message at all.
I have this one.
Play the other one.
Okay, we're up to second one here.
Ooh, this is freaky.
That was 145. This is 146.
Ooh, that's creepy ass. Oh no, there's more. Oh no. No, the older I get, the more paranormal stuff freaks me out too. I don't play like that.
It's screaming, crying, a voice begging for help and saying that someone has been killed, twisted, and stretched until there's barely anything human left in it.
What? Oh, hell no. God, what is that? hell nah, bro. There's more. Okay. I'm over it. I'm over it.
His kids are
There's too
sometimes
many.
with her when these calls come in, and he admits he can't always tell whether he's listening to his ex-wife on that recording or his own daughter. Later that day, the officer drives out to her house to check on her. According to the report, she had already gone back and deleted some of her calls from that night. She grew agitated the second the officers arrived, and she was
That's a
arrested
demon, bro.
a form of stalking, with a court date set for early May.
This video is
It was
8
uploaded online.
disturbing paranormal police encounters no one can explain.
Demonic. Thousands of people were convinced the voice wasn't a woman having a breakdown at all, but something that had gotten inside her and started speaking through her. There's no way to prove a thing like that, obviously, and there's nothing on the recording that cleanly rules it out either. What you're left with is a custody dispute, a visit from the police, and 9 voicemails that most people can't make it through to the end. Case 2.
Yep, I couldn't.
Old
I skipped that shit.
2 brothers run a channel where they spend their nights inside abandoned buildings.
Hey, there we
calling
go.
out to whatever they think
There
might
we
still
go.
be inside.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna be approaching tonight the Liberty High School. Never been investigated before. Never ever. It's in Ohio, bro.
I'm really nervous for this school in particular due to the unknown amount of history.
In the summer of 2024, they picked a place almost nobody had ever investigated.
Yeah, I don't know. What
the
would the
old
cops
Liberty
do about
High
that?
School in Ohio. It's a huge 4-story building sitting all alone in the middle of farmland. There's almost no history left about the school, which is part of what drew them to it. Most of the records are gone. The little that survived is grim.
At Liberty High School, it is documented that the staff would use a method called the sin box, an extremely small room designed to mimic the effects of a solitary confinement cell. So these children being placed in solitary confinement rooms during school, bro. No. During
Great.
school, that would piss me off and make me miserable. So imagine the energy that's locked into this place, dude. If a child
Yeah,
misbehaved,
let's go,
the
though.
staff would shove children inside a tiny room overlooking the gymnasium and would even put a board alongside the open wall, shrouding the room in complete darkness. Imagine you're stuck all day in like a few feet by few feet room, and all you can do is just think about what you did.
Back when the school was still open, the staff used to punish kids with something they called the sin box. A tiny room built above the gymnasium that was so small a grown man can touch both walls at once. If a child misbehaved, they'd be locked inside it, and a board would be slid across the open side to seal them in complete darkness for the rest of the school day. The brothers read all of this out loud before going in.
See, and this is like what white dudes love to do, bro. Cause like,
Terrifying, bro.
Look at that.
never in my fucking life, bruh.
Dude, this is gonna be terrifying, man. Let's go to the Liberty School. If there's anybody here, any spirits, children, teachers, principals, janitors, we're here to talk to you tonight. Don't be scared of us. Feel free to make any kind of noises you want.
Hello?
Holy well.
Someone just got thrown, dog.
Can you walk towards us? Whoa, bat.
Where, dude?
Bird.
What the hell was that?
It's a bat, I think.
It is a bat. Oh.
Yeah, I used to watch Graveyard Girl too.
This isn't good. Okay. Oh, crap.
Hey, bat.
Hello?
Hey, mister. It's right there. You see it? Mr. Bat? Mr. Bird? Okay, it's
Oh,
a dove.
it's a dove. Pigeon.
It's a pigeon. We got him. Hey, buddy. Alright. Let's keep exploring, bro. Let's work our way down.
Yeah,
We are on the same floor as the
I don't play with the demons, bro.
right here.
Dude. So this is the box. It's basically the press box for the gymnasium. They actually lock kids who misbehaved in this box.
Standing outside while the sun sets, and one of them says what everyone watching is already thinking, that a place like that holds on to whatever happened inside it. They head in as it gets dark, and for a while it's the usual stuff. Empty rooms, flashlights, equipment that beeps for no clear reason. At one point, a pigeon flies out of the dark and scares them so badly, one of them almost runs. And then their devices start answering back.
You know that they will. You know they'll go in that damn box.
Such an eerie feeling. I don't like it either. Should I keep walking, dude? Yeah, let's just keep walking. Okay. What? I hope that was a bat cleared on there, but I 100% saw a black ball go across the middle of that hallway. Yes, dude. You should go check it out. Anyone down here with
Let's
us?
go check it out.
Communicate. What is that? What is that?
Bruh.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm Sam Colby. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Sounds in the running. How would you explain the 10 running footsteps? No. Since we're getting a ton of weird things right here, let's just set up in the middle, put gear all around us, and see what happens. Alright, so now we're sitting on the third floor hallway. The REM pod just went nuts, so now it's time to see exactly what is up here with us right now. Can you go lights out, bro? Again? Take my bag off. 3, 2, 1. It's a different vibe. Yeah, it's horrible. So guys, look at Noah's camera. That is what we're seeing right now. Can you touch that REM pod again? That red light?
Oops, sorry.
One of our pieces of equipment.
Punch the damn mic, bro.
Dude? Bro, what the hell was that? I saw a ball of light right in front of me. No way. Yeah, it was like, it looked like a freaking like a plasma. Dude, what was that bang?
Looked like a freaking plasma, bro. Turn on the lights I'm looking for.
I just heard a kid go,
I heard she ain't gonna cheat and she gonna.
oh my god! Back away if we heard your voice! Was that someone else? Can you touch that again? Dude, right when we heard the kid's voice. Do you know what's happening, man? I don't know. But that was a clear voice. Yeah, it was like, hey! It was like a, hey! I heard like weird. And then the freaking REM pod went off, detecting an energy surge.
In the old locker room, a spirit box begins pulling single words out of the static. When one of the brothers asks how someone ended up here, the box says stranded. When he asks what happened, it says homicide and then it says homicide again.
Oh.
A motion sensor their own father built for them, meant to light up when something crosses in front of it, suddenly goes off with nothing.
Yo, no cap. If I was a ghost star, I would be doing crazy ass shit as well.
Second as their camera and 2 other devices.
I'd be trolling everybody.
Something in that room needed the power more than they did. Down in the basement, it doesn't stop. One of them feels something touch his leg when there's nothing there. Footsteps that aren't theirs can be heard coming from floors they know are empty.
Jake! Oh my god, Jake! Was that inside? Yeah. Shh. Get down here now. Now get down here, dude. No, you come with me, bro. That was on my level. Call the cops on my phone.
I'm not gonna do Instagram reels, bro. I need hands off. I'm focused on my own thing right now, my own task that I need to accomplish.
Call the fucking cops. Let's get down. Turn the lights off. I'm at the old Liberty High School. There's shots fired. Please come here quick. Are you guys in a safe spot right now, fighting? Kind of.
just hear them. I heard them mess with the door.
And then, standing in the cellar,
Shots
one of the
fired.
brothers hears what he's certain are gunshots outside. 7 of them. Close. Somewhere in the parking lot. He runs to find his brother. They hear something rattling the one door in the building that actually locks. And they do the only thing that makes sense.
Where?
They call the police. This is where it stops being a normal ghost hunt.
No, we just heard the gunshots right outside, and I ran up here, and then we hear them entering. It sounds like it outside by on the north side. Okay.
Dumbass dudes. What are we even doing?
Thank you all.
Yep.
We go over here.
You guys armed at all?
No, we have nothing.
Are you the callers?
Yes, yeah, we are.
So what happened?
Well, we're in,
Back here.
we're in here filming a ghost video of all things, and I was kind of standing down here in the cellar, and it sounded like it had to have been like in this parking lot, just like 7 shots. So I ran up to him where he was up in the gymnasium, and we just heard like rattling on the door, and that's when we were like, yeah, we should probably call. The gunshots were all here. The rattling on the door and the footsteps were in the gymnasium, which is right over here.
Sheriff's office, if you're in here, make yourself known.
Over here, like I heard it on that staircase.
I heard the noises, like, I don't know, because I was in the damn box. So
You didn't hear the noises, like the gunshots?
No, that's why I screamed.
Jay!
I was literally in that window doing an EVP session, and they were right here.
Gunshots. So let's scream as loud as possible. No cap. Thank you, fat cat. You. Thank you.
There's nobody in there, but there's something in there.
Are you serious? For real?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what?
Let me just.
For real?
So right there on the second floor,
Yes.
we were looking this way.
Cops is scared.
Pitter patter, like that.
He heard
along
pitter
the-
patter.
What would that be? The east wall. Yeah. And then he hears it at the end of the hallway, and as I'm taking my light down, I see something go like dart across.
Are you guys dead ass?
Swear.
You have
And then
body
we were
cam?
like, no. But we were talking about you guys.
Dude.
We were like, let's just black out for a second. So we went completely black in there, and all of a sudden we heard movement behind us, and we just ran
For real?
because there's nobody in there.
The officers arrive and clear the building like there's a real intruder inside, because as far as they know, someone just fired 7 shots and tried to force a door, but they find nothing. No shell casings, no shooter, no other footprints in the dust. The brothers explain what they were doing in there, and the cops take it surprisingly well. Then, while they're all still inside, the officers go quiet. One of them says he heard footsteps moving along a wall on the second floor, soft and quick, heading toward the end of a hallway. As he lowers his flashlight toward the sound, he watches something at the far end of the hall go dark, like a shape stepping out of his light. He asks the brothers, more than once, if they're absolutely sure there's nobody else in the building. They tell him no. There's no one else in there. After that, the officers leave. Not slowly, and not to go write up a report, but quickly, telling the brothers that if they hear anything else, they better hope it turns out to be a real person, and then wishing them good luck on the way out. Whatever fired those shots was never found. No suspect, no shell casings, no explanation for the 7 bangs picked up on the brothers' own audio. What's left on camera is 2 trained police officers walking into a building expecting an armed man, finding nothing they could arrest, and choosing to walk right back out into the dark instead of staying to figure out what they'd just seen. Case 3. The Mausoleum. Some places stay with a person because of who they belong to. For a paranormal investigator named Terry, the building she walked into in May of 2022 belonged to Josh, her partner, who had spent years working there as a night security guard
Okay.
before he finally stopped going back.
What's going on, guys? Got a special treat for you. Terry's gonna be doing this solo. You guys enjoy.
You know when you're on your period and you be having the craziest shit.
No spirit box.
Yeah,
just
dude.
a flashlight and a camera, with Josh watching the live video from outside.
Facts.
So out of all the, I'm not gonna talk, you guys. I'm gonna be quiet. Out of all the places I have ever been to and investigated, this is the creepiest place. This place had the most feeling to it, is what I can explain to you. That's all I'm gonna say. It. What the hell is this? Okay, I'm gonna be quiet now, and here we go.
Thank you.
She's been inside a lot of scary buildings over the years, but she says this one felt worse than anywhere she'd ever been, and she says it before anything even happens, in the voice people use when they already know they shouldn't have come.
Does that look like somebody standing there? Go straight. As you come down, I will see the chapel on my left. Okay, go straight.
The first thing that's wrong is small. There's a light on somewhere inside the building, and when she finds the switch that's supposed to control it, the switch is off. She stops for a second to work out what that means, then decides she doesn't want to.
Oh.
Welcome, Remy. Remy,
I.
Remy Lie.
Shit. This is it, you guys. It is locked. Josh, can you please? You're not helping me here. Oh my god. This is as scary as it is. Fuck. Oh my god.
Yeah, what is she doing?
I don't see any steps. Oh god. Is there anybody here? Is there anybody here? Can you give me a sign? Well, there is a light switch, but the switch is off.
And keeps walking deeper inside. She gets lost almost right away.
Oh,
The place
hell
twists back on
no.
itself, with doors already hanging open that she doesn't want to touch. And somewhere in the dark, a woman can be heard screaming.
Oh,
It isn't
hell
faint,
no.
and it isn't far enough away to ignore. She calls out to Josh through the camera and asks if he heard it too. He did. Watching from outside on a feed with its own delay, he heard the same scream she did.
Of course, the door is wide open. Shit. Yeah. Okay, Josh. Did you hear that? I swear to God, I heard a woman's voice. Is there somebody in here? Hello? How do you feel that Josh isn't patrolling here anymore? The door was open. Both doors were open. So I don't want to open and close any doors. Who's here? Who's ready to hit through those doors?
Okay, well, she's smart.
Is anybody here? Is a little
Oh,
boy or girl
those are
here?
graves on the walls.
Do you miss Josh not coming around?
Hell yeah, they are. Oh, hell no.
Okay, Josh, where do I go? Down the stairs and to the right? I don't know what the hell. That's where the woman was screaming at. Yeah, I heard this woman screaming. Where do I go? Is anyone in here? Security. just heard something behind me. Where do I go? Where do you want
Even
me to go,
worse
babe?
if it was a
This
man.
is
Like,
messed up.
no,
Oh my
bruh.
God. Fuck. Sorry, you guys, for my language, but if you knew how it felt. Who's in there?
After that, she stops talking to the camera and starts talking to the building. Is anyone here? Are you lost? What do you want? At the end of one long hallway, a figure can be seen standing perfectly still, too far away to make out a face, close enough that she doesn't wait around to see one.
Right.
She notices light coming from a room that should be empty. She hears something move behind her in a hallway she already walked through. By the time she finds her way out, she's soaked in sweat and shaking so hard she can barely talk.
Who are you? Are you lost? I heard something. Are you lost? What do you want? I just seen a light coming from somewhere. Okay. I'm lost. You're gonna have to help guide me back because I don't know where the fuck I am. Forgive my language, you guys. This is... If you knew how this shit felt... Okay, I think I know where I am now. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Looked like there's something standing there. What the hell's going on? What happened?
Yeah, the fucking dog was barking and growling or something. It wasn't the fucking sirens. And then I kept fucking... On the live, I kept hearing fucking... As soon as you were coming up there, I heard a woman.
Yes,
I
me
was hearing
too.
fucking screaming things saying yes. I was telling in the lights. The fucking...
I didn't hear any yes, but I heard that woman screaming. The only reason I started getting huff and puff was you're like, get out of there now.
Yeah.
I thought the cops were coming.
No.
Fuck.
The thing that finally broke her wasn't the figure. It was Josh's voice in her ear telling her to get out now, which in the moment she thought meant the police were on their way. There were no police. It was just the two of them, one inside and one watching from the car, both hearing the same woman scream in a building where no woman should have been. Nobody knows who was screaming.
You
that
updated
night.
your rewards.
Nobody knows
Yes.
what was standing at the end of that hallway, or why a light was on in a
Ever
room
so
that was pitch dark.
slightly. I got more
Josh
stuff
worked that
coming
place
too.
alone,
And then,
night
yeah,
after
bro,
night
her
for
man was in the
years.
car while
After
she was
watching
doing
his life
that.
fall apart in there in a single visit, he finally understood why it never really left him. Case 4, the kitchen. This next one is short, and it's over almost before it starts, which is exactly what makes it stick.
Pardon, je crois que c'est à lui le suite. Ça marche, bien sûr, on va tout à l'heure. Ça marche. Je vais laisser retourner chez vous un petit peu, respirer. Ouais, mais vous avez pas un truc pour les serrures parce qu'en fait on a pas les clés. C'est vrai, juste là. Oui.
Nice.
D'accord, très bien, y a pas de problème. Non mais y a pas de problème, très bien, allez, bonne soirée. Oui, bah ça va.
Soon I will have emojis for my subs. So that'll be nice.
Ah mais lui il boit pas beaucoup d'habitude. Ouais, baissez, ouais, baissez. Ouais, carrément, franchement, il est pas bien du tout, le gamin. Ah ouais? Non, bah non, justement, je voulais avoir ce moment et je l'ai pas eu. Et je l'ai pas eu. Je suis assez confus de l'épaule.
The police were called out to a house during a night party, the kind of call that's usually nothing, a noise complaint that ends with everyone going home.
Maintenant, je pense qu'on va rentrer tranquillement. What?
What the fuck is going on, bro?
What? Il y a de l'ambiance chez vous, monsieur. Bah ouais, ouais, vous voulez venir avec nous ou quoi? What? Whoa.
In the footage, the officers can be seen moving through the house slowly, and even before anything
Oh,
happens,
hell
something about
no.
the place feels off. One of the officers seems to feel it too, moving carefully without really knowing why. Then he steps toward the kitchen, and in that same second, the entire rack over the counter comes down. Nobody is standing near it, no hand anywhere close, and the timing is what people can't get past. The exact moment he crossed into that room, like something in there had been waiting for him to come close enough. Whatever pulled it loose never enters the frame. Case 5. Room 209. September 14th, 2003.
Wow.
Started out
Very
as a
close to my
completely
birthday.
normal day at the hotel.
4 days
Until
off.
the front desk
14th?
started getting complaints about screaming coming from room 209.
Yeah.
What room is that? It's the room right back in. It should be 209. John, do you copy? It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now.
Oh, hell no.
What's going on, John?
The strange part was that room 209 was empty. Nobody had checked into it. So the manager did what anyone running a hotel would do and sent a security guard named John up to the second floor to see
Sent
what
a
was
security
going on,
guard named John. Yep.
while a woman named Amy stayed on the radio to pass messages back and forth between them.
There's no one checked into that room.
There's always a John on God.
Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too.
Mm-mm.
But we're sure that no one's checked into that room. Correct? John, just wait. We're gonna get a hold of the police, so.
Amy tells John that nobody's registered in 209, that there shouldn't be a single person in there. John goes up anyway. A moment
is
later, he
scary.
gets back on the radio and says he can hear the screaming now too, coming from inside the empty room, and Amy confirms she can hear it through his microphone. They're told to wait for the police, but John doesn't wait.
Okay.
If someone's
Period.
being hurt on the other side of that door, waiting could get them killed.
On
So
God.
he goes in.
Good man.
I would wait for the police, John.
Okay, check out the cafe, guys.
Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait one. John? John, are you there?
I think if you put
Amy, John wants you to call the police for
an explanation point before Pando, that you can talk to it, I think.
but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on, but nobody's in there.
For a few seconds,
Oh,
there's
hell
nothing. Then his voice
no.
comes back on the radio, and it's changed. He tells Amy to call the police right now. He says there's no one inside, but the furniture has been flipped completely upside down. The carpet has been ripped up off the floor.
And what the
shower is
police
running
gonna
in an empty
do?
bathroom, and there's nobody in there who could have
You
done
need
anything.
Ghostbusters, bruh.
As John steps into the wrecked room that was locked and empty, something described only as a white shape can be seen leaving it. Some people who've watched the footage swear it was a single figure. Others are just as sure there was more than one.
Mm-mm.
Officially freaked out now.
Yeah, I guess Scooby and the gang on God. Ew.
Over the years, the hotel got other reports of strange sounds tied to that
I
same
rebuke
room,
it. I
from
rebuke
guests
this.
who
I
never stayed
rebuke.
in it, and staff who worked nearby. But this one recording, a security guard walking into a locked, empty room that had been torn apart from the inside while it screamed, is the only piece of it that was ever caught on tape. Amy's last words on the radio were that she was officially freaked out. John never explained what turned that room over, and nobody has since. Case 6. The Man Who Kept Getting Up. On March 16th, 2023, the police were called out to a house after a report that a young man was behaving in a way that
Oh,
didn't make
I
any sense.
watched this.
Hey, stop right now. Stop.
I watched this
Stop.
before.
Relax.
He just jumped
John, so he just jumped from the banister again. Relax. What's going on? Why are you jumping like that? Are you hurt?
In the body cam footage, the officers walk in to find him standing
Yo.
by the railing on a staircase. Without any warning, he climbs up onto it and drops, jumping down onto the floor below.
I didn't know it was
And then a little
paranormal.
later, he does it again. His family tells the officers he's already done it several times in the last half hour. Earlier, he jumped off the deck outside, a drop of 7 or 8 feet.
But
got
yeah,
back up
I watched
and
this
did it again.
case.
He hurt his shoulder badly enough that they took him to the emergency room, where he was checked over and sent home. And even that didn't stop him.
That fucking clip,
The
bro.
strangest part isn't the jumping, it's how still he goes in between.
You want to talk outside? What's going on? Are you hurt? You not talking to me is not going to solve anything. We have to figure out what's going on. That's not normal. Do you want to talk to me? Or are you just going to stand there? Back up. Hey, relax.
Yeah, he just needs a hug, bro.
Because that obviously wasn't normal, from what I just saw.
Yeah, he jumped 3 times in the space of last half an hour.
Okay. Are you injured at all?
He hurt his left shoulder blade.
Okay.
Doing cartwheeling. I took him to emergency.
Yeah, no, this is grippy sock vibes. This is not.
That didn't stop him.
I didn't get paranormal when I watched this.
Okay. Can you just...
Few times. The deck is like 7-8 feet down. The land is 7-8 feet down.
Okay.
He jumped that and then he started jumping here.
Over here.
The officers try to talk to him and he won't answer. He stares right into their eyes and says nothing. He isn't threatening anyone, and he isn't asking for anything. He just stands there watching them, and every so often, his hands slowly close into fists on their own. One of the officers keeps his voice calm and steady, telling him that whatever this is, it isn't worth it, that nobody thinks he's a criminal, that they only want to make sure he's okay. The young man barely responds. When he finally does move, it's toward the officer, slow and silent, in a way that puts everyone in the room on edge without a single word being said.
Nobody's in trouble or anything. The fact that you
No, he's definitely scary, for sure.
Like swing on me or something is disturbing for me. I see what you're doing. You're trying to get into some type of position to try and flank me or whatever you're trying to do. And we're not going to go down this route, okay? Or you're going to try and run. You're not going anywhere right now, okay?
Oh!
Stop resisting. You're under arrest. You are under arrest.
Get in the head position. Hands now!
I got this hand. Alright, stop fighting. Just relax, okay?
His parents are watching all of this happen in their own home, and they can't explain it. The officers can't explain it either.
Welcome, bro.
He isn't drunk. He isn't making demands, and he's thrown himself off things hard enough to hurt himself, and gone right back for more, all while looking at people like he's staring straight through them. When he finally lunges, it takes several officers to hold him down, and he's taken into custody. The report lists the charges, but it doesn't, and it can't, explain what everyone in that house actually watched that night. A man standing silent in his own home, staring, throwing himself off things that should have hurt him, and getting back up every single time. Case 7.
That was it, dude. That was not paranormal. What?
A man walked into a Walmart, picked up something he had no way to pay for, and then simply refused to leave.
Bro, he just has some fucking something wrong in his head.
Officers arrived. The stolen item was the least strange thing about him.
Oh wait, I think I've seen this also.
What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, check this out. Look at me real quick. Yeah, look at you. Hey, anything that you're willing to buy, they don't want you to buy it. So I need you to come to the front with me. I'm gonna explain it to when I get to the front. All right? Just come with me right now.
Police 503-1046.
I'm 10-4. I was trying to tell 677 we was in the electronic section, but I think the gentleman is gonna walk with me to the front of the store. I shouldn't pay for it. Nah, they don't want you. They're not gonna let you buy them. Why is that? They don't want you to buy them. I'll just skin them. Like I'm supposed to get them by rights. I got them. Put them down. Sorry. You can't buy them. You're all right. They're not gonna let you buy them. I'm taking it. Listen, this is where if you don't listen to me, you go to jail. So put them down. I'm taking it. Listen. Hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You don't have any Hey.
strange part was that he wouldn't tell anyone his name. They take him down to the floor and cuff him quickly, and from there the whole thing turns into one long standoff over a single question. What's your name? He won't answer it. Instead,
He's just sassy, bro. He's not fucking possessed, bro. He's just a diva.
as if the officer already knows it and is just refusing to say it out loud.
Stop. You can roll over. I'm not trying to choke you. But if you're going to act like that, I'm going to do whatever I need to do. Stop. Stupid, call the name. You're going to roll him over. Say the name. Say the name.
Stupid name.
Say the name. Say the name. Say my name. Stapling. Say my name. Hey, if you don't give up, you're going to be tased. You're going to get tased. Bro, why you coming? Say my name. That's what he's tripping. Say my name. Say my name.
What the hell? He didn't even need to get tased. He was already laying there. He just seems like a fucking crackhead.
I'm not familiar with him.
They ask him again. They explain pretty patiently that the jail won't release him if they don't know who he is, that he'll end up sitting in a cell until he tells them something. He doesn't care. When they finally push hard enough, the name he gives them isn't really a name at all. Marty, Mighty Mo. There's no last name that stays the same twice. No date of birth, no address, nothing they can check against anything real.
No, quite literally. Yeah.
He says something the officer clearly doesn't know what to do with. He tells them there are a lot more of us than there are of you. Not more of me, more of us. The officer lets it slide.
Okay, that's a little creepy.
To the paperwork, but on the recording, that one line lands like a crack in an otherwise ordinary arrest. A man with no name and no ID, calmly claiming to speak for something bigger than just himself. The part that never adds up is how little of it fits together. He had no money, no card, no way to buy the thing he wouldn't put down, and no way to prove he was anybody. He wasn't violent the way people usually get when they're caught. He was locked onto one idea, that his name was something the officers were supposed to already know, and that saying it was their job, not his. They put him in the car still asking, and he rides off still refusing. He goes to jail under a name that means nothing. A man who showed up out of nowhere, wanted nothing he could actually pay for, and wouldn't let a single officer find out who he really was. As far as any record shows, they never did. Case 8.
Yeah, that was so paranormal, bro.
2024, what should have been a simple speeding stop turned into something the officers couldn't quite.
At this point, it's just fucking crackheads.
A woman over on a road she didn't seem to want to explain being on, and almost right away, the whole thing stopped acting like a normal traffic stop. She tells the officers she doesn't have time for this and tries to leave. When they move to arrest her, she fights it, and from there the recording turns into a long string of things she says that never quite connect to each other. One minute she's furious and in real pain, the next she's calm and almost friendly, talking about a place she used to belong to, about being proposed to twice, about a night she got filmed somewhere. She says her name is Elizabeth, then in the same breath calls herself Monica, then something else, then says she doesn't even know what the initial stands for, that he's Russian, and asks if he's there today to a group of people who have no idea who she's talking about. She keeps swinging back and forth between wanting to go home, wanting to go to the hospital, and wanting her mom and dad called. She asks the officers more than once whether they even have jobs. She talks to the people standing right in front of her, and she talks to people who aren't there at all. None of it lines up, and the officers spend the whole stop a step behind her, answering a version of the conversation that keeps changing on them. There's nothing in the footage anyone can point to and call proof of anything. No shadow, no voice on a recorder, no object sliding across a table on its own. What actually gets under people's skin is quieter than that. It's watching someone hold several conversations at the same time, when only one of them is with the officers right in front of her, and slowly getting the feeling that the rest are with someone the camera can't see. She was charged with obstruction.
Bro, have you ever met a fucking paranoid schizophrenic?
However, the case is clean and simple. The footage is anything but.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bro. Okay, yeah. So we just ended it with a schizo lady. Okay, guys. So, would you guys what seems like the vibe to watch now? Yeah, we slowly like they lost bruh. Anyways, they definitely lost the plot after the one where they like the boys went to the abandoned building. Nothing past that was on the paranormal vibe. Yo, the other day I watched this body cam footage that scared the shit out of me. My Little Pony, I'm scared. My Little Phony. Hey, let's watch myself. The abandoned building. Nothing past that was okay. Just kidding. Okay, so are we scared or are we wanting like another body cam? I don't know. What are we wanting? This like what the hell, dude? Yeah. I skinned a kid alive. Oh, okay, okay, sure. Nice, nice. Like all the rubble and shit and the way they were describing the bodies that they were finding them. The concept of you watching yourself, I know. What, you watching yourself? That's like Inception. Okay. I'm sorry. I skinned a kid alive deadpan is funny as fuck. Oh, she's hungry. Rage baiting cryptids in Appalachia. Oh, hell nah, bruh. Bruh, what the fuck is that? They just be putting anything on these damn like all of that is so fucking fake, dude. Oh my god, wait, I watched this video. MK Ultra. I watched this video that was so fucking funny of this guy getting arrested. I eat shit. Great. Yeah. Anyways, I was watching my my boyfriend showed me this video of this guy getting arrested and they had him like he was like fighting them and so the cops had him like pushed against the hood of the car and then they sent the K9 to come bite him and he's like leaned back on the car and the dog is like biting him and he's like, "Oh, who's biting me?" And there's like literally like 3 different police officers holding this man down. He fucking lifts up and bites the dog back. I never in my life seen some shit like that. He started biting the dog back and the cops are like, "Don't bite my dog." That shit had me dead as hell, bro. Oh my god. Oh, fuck no. I don't know what to put, bruh. It seems. Oh, that has like. Welcome. The body cam chat GBT guy on shrooms. Yes, I did see that. He was like an Asian guy, right? I think I watched that. Big fan here. I'm in love with you. Hey. Appalachian Mountains. You keep saying that, so he's the only person that's giving video suggestions. So Appalachian Mountains, or does anyone have other idea? Cause yeah, I don't know what to put. I don't know what you guys want to watch. I'm kind of good with whatever, but a lot of my shit is just fucking crime right now. Lucky that man breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them. Oh. Gato, bruh. What? Okay. Nick Crowley, the one who does the scary ass videos. Remember that Shakira song? Which, dude? You should watch Funny Tube movie compilations. That might be copyright, bro. She Wolf on God. Yeah. Okay, do you want me to fucking look up Nick Crowley? I don't really yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want, bro? Hell yeah, unless it's not what you're down for. I mean, I don't really give a fuck, like, ultimately. Okay. Let me know if there's one that sticks out, I guess. I mean, it's kind of all just the fucking same thing. This is fucked. That one. Oh, okay. Yeah. A Christian grandpa show. Are you wanting to watch one that you've already watched, though? Christian grandpa show. What the fuck? How would I even know which one that is? The Seattle Zombie Woman. Okay. Pipergate. That looks like an old man. Oh. I guess I watched that one. It was the same row as that one. Okay. Welp, I'm here. First one, this one. Okay, yo, I'm gonna go grab a jacket. I'm cold. I'm very cold.
It's the winter of 1985. A family living in a remote region of the Philippines receives a package at their door, which contained a single VHS tape and a note stating that the contents were for the children of the house. And so the kids were gathered up one by one and sat in front of the television.
I'll be right back.
The tape began to play, introducing them to a brand new show called
Oh my god.
This was the experience for hundreds of kids across the world, made to watch a seemingly harmless puppet show about a grandpa and his family, with most of the young viewers loving it, gladly watching this episode and the many others that would be sent later on, over and over again, blissfully unaware that what they were being shown would someday come to be known as one of the most disturbing rabbit holes in the history of children's media. This is the story of Life with Grandpa, the darkest kids show ever made.
Nothing can harm you when Jesus is near.
Dad, I don't want you to leave.
Can I persuade you to subscribe?
Before we dive any further down this rabbit hole, I want to first thank today's video sponsor, Saley. Throughout my life, I've taken countless trips to Canada as I live right by the border, and I'm so used to going there that at this point it doesn't even feel like I'm traveling to another country until I see the roaming charges on my phone bill. This has literally cost me hundreds of dollars over the years, but luckily I don't have to waste another cent thanks to Saley. Saley is a new eSIM service app created by Nord Security, and it's incredibly easy to use. First, download the Saley app, then pick a plan that works for you, which you can use code Crowley to get 15% off at checkout, and then simply follow the instructions in the app to install the eSIM. This is way more convenient than having to get a new physical SIM card whenever you go to another country. And best of all, it instantly activates as soon as you arrive at your destination, so you don't have to waste a second of your trip. This is also way safer than having to use public Wi-Fi, which is a hassle to track down anyway. Saley is also extremely accessible, with it being available on both iOS and Android, with plans available in over 160 countries in 8 different
What did I miss?
So if this sounds like something you guys might be interested in, you can get an exclusive 15% off discount on your Saley eSIM data plan. All you have to do is download
Alright,
the
it's
app and
almost
use
over,
code
so.
Crowley at checkout, or you can also scan the code on screen right now and get started today.
Fellowship dedicated to sharing. She loved to play on the steep hillside.
Live with Grandpa, won't you come along?
This is Life with Grandpa, a straight-to-VHS show made for children created sometime in the mid-80s. The program followed a family of humanoid puppets on their journey to teach the audience lessons loosely based on Christianity through the use of stories, skits, and songs, acting as a guide for children to live their best possible lives for Jesus.
We're continuing with some more lessons about prayer. Are you all ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Lord. Such sweethearts.
The show was set up in an episodic fashion, never following any main overarching storyline, and instead, each installment would be composed of a series of shorter segments, recounting past experiences from this family, with an occasional musical number thrown in here and there.
We don't have a sad God. We have a happy God who wants us to be happy too.
Unsurprisingly, the main character of the crew was Grandpa, who acted as the show's host, often being the one to teach the episode's central messages not only to his on-screen family, but to all the kids watching at home.
But it's my kite.
But wouldn't you like to pray that some poor little boy who doesn't have so many toys and blessings as you do will find your kite?
Yes, Grandpa.
As he was made to be a wise, almost religious-like figure, whose words were never questioned. Often seen by his side was his wife, Mother Maria, though for as often as she's shown, she rarely has much to say.
How the fuck was this on, like, real TV? What?
Typically only chiming in when she's reiterating Grandpa's messages to the children. And of the children, there was Davida, Techi, and Davidito, with the latter being one of the show's central figures, landing right next to or potentially even ahead of Grandpa in terms of screen time, as Davidito often got his own segments.
Oh, it was personalized VHS. Okay, so there we go.
Children, would you like to hear some exciting prayer adventures? This first story happened when I was very small.
And though it's never outright stated, it's clear that Davidito was put on a pedestal, with the child often getting special treatment and being showered in gifts, as the family clearly seemed to favor him.
Thank you, Uncle Al.
It's called a kite.
We want to give you a little surprise because you were such a good witness.
This brand new tape recorder is for you.
Oh, man name.
With there never being an explanation as to why.
Bottom man name.
Life with Grandpa, with the only other recurring characters being Aunt Sarah and Uncle Elf, a couple that was often shown around the house helping look after the kids. And despite this looking like something pulled straight from the depths of the Uncanny Valley, the content within the show didn't really seem all that troublesome. In fact, it appeared fairly normal, and not too unlike the many other low-budget religious shows of the time, highlighting themes like obedience.
Nothing short of
Ew, the burnt vape. Yeah, mine is almost there, bro.
The right thing is
to obey.
Sharing.
Good morning, Davida. I have a surprise for you. Oh, can I see it? I would like to share my cars with you.
I probably have about one more charge and then it's gonna taste like ass.
That's really sweet of you, David. Thank you for that nice, generous present.
What present?
That nice kiss. A kiss makes a real beautiful gift or present.
Though mixed within these fairly standard teachings, you'll find other moments that are far more unusual.
Don't run down that gravel hill. Davida!
She's bleeding, and her cut is all covered with dirt.
And I don't even have a tissue to wipe it with. I'll just have to lick it clean and spit out the dirt.
The show featured a lot of strange underlying themes that seem to have nothing to
Right.
do with religion, or at least not the conventional beliefs of Christianity, with one of the more obvious being its unprompted disdain for doctors.
We'll have to really pray that there won't be a scar.
Soon afterwards, there was no sign at all of the deep gash on Davida's forehead. Surely a doctor would have stitched it, but our
Thank you. Welcome, and thank you for the follow, bro.
As well as its constant endorsement of spanking.
Yeah, why the fuck is she licking the wound? What?
He loves us and wants us to obey and be good.
Yeah.
We're really sorry. So if the Lord should spank you a little bit or correct you, it's for your own good. It's because he loves you and wants you to be good and obey.
And while these are
Jesus wanted this shit wiped. How about that?
Indication that Life with Grandpa wasn't just your typical kid show, came from the program's stance on women, with the first major example coming from a song made for the young girls watching on.
So do the dishes and clean the floor, and God can show us something more. I'm ready for any job at all, whether it's great or whether it's small. I'm ready to go.
Hey, bro, welcome. Thank you for the follow.
Ready for service, lowly or great, ready to do God's will.
The message behind this song.
I look, you feel bad because I went downstairs. My man's doing the laundry right now, so I felt this song.
As this is God's will and your sole purpose for existing. And while this ideology was certainly not as controversial at the time, the show took it even further, as it hammered home this idea to all the children watching on by repeating one line at the end over and over again.
Trust and obey, for there's no other way. Trust and obey, for there's no other way. Trust and obey, for there's no other way.
Making it clear that this was a lesson that the showrunners didn't want these kids to question. But as comically offensive as this song is, it was far from the worst that the show had to offer.
It's time for our lecture song.
Is a friendly scientist, a real good friend of ours.
In another episode, we're shown a musical number about Grandpa,
Okay.
who's portrayed as a scientist that's always busy working, though the song is really less about him and more about his love interest.
Oh. It has boobs.
A robot with long hair and nude female breasts.
What?
It's one of the most surreal things that I've ever seen on a kid show, as this thing was clearly meant to be a portrayal of Grandpa's wife and women in general, likening them to robots. Though unlike the previous demeaning song, this number is blatantly perverted, as it not only
Welcome, newcomer. What's up, bro?
fondling them as well, and these perversions weren't even exclusive to its imagery.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Sigma Riz.
But mainly due to the fact that this was on a show that was literally made for toddlers and young children, who were now being shown this clearly explicit content. And most disturbing of all is the realization that this sexualized material was actually nothing new to the world of Life with Grandpa.
Oh, great.
Predating the puppets, there was a little-known illustrated book series called Life of Grandpa, with the show practically being a shot-for-shot remake of this book series, featuring the same exact characters and stories. And much like the show, the series was also a religious guide created for children. In its pages, you'll
I'm
find
sorry for the name, girl. It's fine.
lessons made to guide you towards a proper way
It's
of
your
living
name.
through this religion. But these books also had a very apparent dark side. One far worse than the show would inspire.
Can they get their shit checked on what? Dog.
In the chapter Real Fathers, we're shown a scene where Techi and Davidito question why they have two different
My brother
skin
made
tones,
it.
despite them being siblings. As Techi
It's
noticed
okay,
that
dude.
Davidito's skin appeared light brown, while hers was almost pure white. To
Well, I
which
hope you all have a
Grandpa
good
then
night.
explains
You
to
too,
them
fat
that
cat.
their mother
Meow.
had slept with other men. See, God used Timothy and Carlos only to fuck mama so that I could have you both. They were just like an instrument or tool that Jesus used to help create you wonderful little children for his kingdom. Praise the Lord. This was followed by an in-depth explanation of what that scene looked like,
What?
including images depicting the act. Examples like this are prevalent all throughout the pages of Life with Grandpa, with erotic material being shown constantly with no regard as to how inappropriate this is to be showing kids. Which begs the obvious question, why? Why was Life with Grandpa so blatantly perverted? Well, the answer lies with the author of the books, and the reason for the show's existence. David
He shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect. That's when Jesus is going to come back, to rapture his saints, to gather them together.
Born in 1919, David grew up a devout believer in Christianity.
Bitch, 1919.
One day starting his own group with his own teachings.
You're done. You're
At the
done.
age of 50,
You're
he
done.
decided it was time to do just that.
You're done. You're
The group
done.
began in Huntington Beach, California, and went by many names over the years, like Teens for Christ, the Children of God, the Family of Love, the Family International, or just the Family. But regardless of its name, there was no denying what this group was.
Oh, hell no.
A cult. A cult led by David Berg. Berg would find young hippies and those struggling with drug addiction and mental health issues, and convince them to join his group by stating that the end of the world was coming soon, and that they needed to follow in his path and join his family to save their souls.
Helter-skelter ass
It was pretty
motherfucker.
standard cult ideology, but at the time it was extremely effective, with the sect amassing a staggering 10,000 members at its peak. And at first, David got by with fairly standard teachings from the Bible, although this wouldn't last. After some time, Berg began addressing his followers via frequent illustrated messages called Mo letters that featured his ramblings and teachings from the time, with Berg slowly ingraining into his members that the contents of these letters should be taken as seriously, if not more so, than the Bible. In one of these letters sent out in 1972, Berg claimed that God was going to destroy the United States and that the group needed to flee the country immediately, with Berg demanding that his followers spread out all across the globe and open up communal homes where members could live as one, far away from the public eye. As a result, many members packed up their things and left right away, leading to roughly 130 communities being established across 70 different countries, essentially overnight. This mass migration had an extremely significant impact on the family, as it left practically the entire group outside of the United States.
Jim Jones,
and more
yeah.
importantly, outside of the United States jurisdiction, meaning that Berg
Very
got burdened
similar.
with far more than he used to. And unsurprisingly, this is where he began to tighten his control. The full-time members were made to give up all of their earthly possessions to the group and cease all contact with their family and friends who were non-believers, cutting them off from the outside world completely. And these restrictions also applied to the media they consumed.
I decided I would limit how much I would watch the TV. 'Cause now I've got the answer. It's the slave, I'm the master. It no longer has a spell on me.
In his teachings, Berg denounced all forms of entertainment made outside of the cult, since
Wow.
he believed that this would poison the minds of his members and potentially sway them into leaving the group. And so, instead, he insisted that his followers only consume media that was produced directly by the family, with these works often being created by Berg himself or the other followers he enlisted, and then shipped
This
directly
is like
to their
the
homes,
like the
leading to
Lauderdale
hundreds, if
Saints
not
type
thousands of videos,
mentality.
and TV shows being produced and shared among the family. But for Berg, this wasn't just about providing entertainment. It was really all about controlling the minds of his group, and even more importantly, indoctrination, with his primary targets being children.
Children, yup.
From birth, most kids were not shown any media other than what the cult gave their parents, with these works quite literally shaping their minds into following everything that the cult believed in without question. The main themes
Well,
of these were usually
duh.
things like always be happy,
More than 70 little muscles form a rowdy face.
But only 14 muscles put a smile in its place on your face.
always show love, and never, under any circumstances, question your parents.
Always best to do it 'cause daddy said so. Do it 'cause daddy said so. Do it 'cause daddy said so.
Right.
Obey and do it 'cause daddy said so.
Crazy. What?
And Life with Grandpa was no exception, as it too was created by the family in
I don't like that.
its child viewers, with the line "trust and obey" being hammered home time and time again.
I
as
do
those
not like
creating the
that.
Programs didn't want their kids questioning any of the practices, and so they were teaching them to simply smile along and trust the adults. But because the group was the one producing and distributing the content, they basically had no regulations placed on them, meaning that they could include whatever they want in these shows without any repercussions, leading to many of the showrunners exploring some of the group's more controversial beliefs, which becomes extremely troublesome when you realize that the family wasn't just your standard cult, and instead, it was a sex cult.
Oh, really? Really? Oh, really?
What are you thinking about? You think about a beautiful naked man and a beautiful naked woman. And what is the first thing that a beautiful naked man and a beautiful naked woman would, of course, naturally do as soon as they saw each other and nobody else around? I think just one look was all it took.
All right, buddy.
David Berg was a deeply perverted man. The idea of sex consumed him and seeped its way into essentially all of his teachings.
I think Adam and Eve are over there behind those bushes right now, busy making not pina colada. I think they're making some other kind of juices.
And once his followers were outside of the
Bro.
US, he began to preach something he called the law of love, which essentially said that the family should be showing all people love, and that love should come in the form of sex.
I practice what I preach, and I preach sex, boys and girls, hallelujah.
And so he told his followers to open up their relationships to outsiders, calling the practice sharing, as you were made to share your partner in the hopes of enticing new people to join the group. But he wasn't satisfied with just this, and instead he began to mandate that the women of the group participate in something he called flirty fishing. Also known as FF, flirty fishing describes the practice of women going into bars at night in order to pick up lonely men, who they would then entertain for the night. The goal of this was to convince these men to join the family, though more realistically, the goal was also to make money, as they were made to charge for their services, with the women being told to seek lonely businessmen. And this is something that Berg not only pushed heavily, but outright mandated, insisting that every woman in the group do this or face being removed from the family, even those who were married. And Berg was so serious about this that he sent every colony report forms so that they could report how much flirty fishing was being done, in order to check their statistics and make sure they were up to par. Understandably, many women of the group were concerned by this, and wanted nothing to do with it. However, most of them had moved all the way across the world, and sacrificed all of their belongings to be in this group, meaning that their removal would leave them with
nothing. Yeah.
They were trapped. Simply put, Berg was forcing the women of the group into prostitution, and he was shameless about it too, calling them God's whores and Christ's hookers. The worst of all, Berg knew that flirty fishing could put these women in grave danger, as he admitted to them that violent assaults were going to happen, but he said that if you want to live, simply don't resist. And if you do get hurt or even killed, that's entirely your fault, as after all, it was God's will. And this was on top of a myriad of other horrific things that Berg said that I can't even repeat here. But the man saying all of these horrific things was the same man who wrote Grandpa, and he used this medium to normalize his sex cult's beliefs for the children watching, which gives more context as to why women were portrayed in the way they were in these books and the show, as Life with Grandpa was breaking down the young girls watching and grooming them for a life of prostitution that they were made to accept without question.
Trust and obey, for there's no other way. Trust and obey.
Though the show wasn't only for preparing the kids for the perverse lifestyle.
Yeah, we watching some wicked ass shit right now. Welcome, bro.
They were already becoming well accustomed to it. Throughout his Mo letters, Berg also began to preach that children should be involved in these affairs and sharing as well, stating that he believed age should have nothing to do with it. In fact, he believed that children should be taught about this lifestyle essentially as soon as they're born. And although, again, I can't read his exact words on this, Berg had declared open season on pedophilia, and much like flirty fishing, it was mandatory.
Great.
The abuse that followed is unimaginable, at a scale far too large to fully know to this day. Abuse that the parents of the children not only allowed, but often participated in, with one of the more notorious large-scale accounts coming from something that the group called the Love Video. This movie was a result of Berg sending out requests to all of the parents to send him lewd videos of their children dancing, which he not only took for himself, but packaged together into a long-form compilation video that was then distributed to all of the cult's members, encouraging the others to film similar content, with Berg going as far as creating a guide to help create the perfect video. And not only did many parents go along with this, but many clearly
It's laggy?
Keita shared with us the video that just came from World Services, and it was so inspiring. It was so beautiful. The video.
And for this couple specifically, this wasn't the only
Right,
one that they were
right.
happily following.
And it was really a blessing too for Joe and Hobo, because they had a good chance to share also with Sally. Amen. And so the Lord's really setting us freer and freer.
Bro, people can be so fucking brainwashed, dude. Miss Lady asks, how is everyone? Miss Lady, we're traumatized, bro.
Life with Grandpa was literally created to indoctrinate kids into a pedophilic sex cult. And it makes you realize why exactly it and so many other of the cult's programs were hammering home this point of not questioning your parents or any adults, and to simply obey and smile.
So the right thing is
to obey.
Because the adults in their lives were now suddenly doing unimaginable things to them, and they were being groomed not to question it, making some of the show's segments horrendous in hindsight.
One very special way you can show the big people that you love them is by giving them lots of hugs, kisses, and cuddles. Oh, a child's love and affection really encourages and inspires the big people.
It was normalizing their abuse, and because of this, many children never questioned the horrible assaults that they endured. Assaults that were all fueled and pushed by David Berg's sick perversions.
God created boys and girls able to have children by about the age of 12 years of age. God, now he's going to advocate childhood sex. Yes.
Which were far from
Yes.
theoretical, as Berg himself allegedly partook in this practice repeatedly with his own children and stepchildren, as incest was also a key point of his teachings, and his adult followers rarely dared to question this, as those who refused to partake in Berg's latest teachings were again at risk of removal from the group, which is even more devastating for those who had children, as much like all of their possessions, their kids were pledged and belonged to the family. And the kids themselves couldn't seek help either, as those that refused to trust and obey were sent away to actual prison camps owned by the cult until they were basically reprogrammed.
Oh my god.
I was sent with my brother to the Philippines. We had armed guards from the Filipino military keeping us.
Thanks for the follow, bro.
They would publicly beat you if you asked to leave, then try to break you and get you to confess.
And the group continuously got away with this too, thanks in large part.
You know what? I feel like I might have watched something about like survivor of
Plus, many
this.
members were actually living in hiding. In fact, all of the members were made to change their names upon joining the group, and most were told to never give out their last names, meaning that if any child wanted to report that it happened to them, they would be unable to provide even the names of their abusers.
Oh,
and this
great.
included Berg too, who at this point lived most of his life in hiding, going by numerous aliases to avoid detection. Aliases like King, Moses, Mo, Dad, and eventually, Grandpa. The entire show was about him, David Berg, which is why he was shown as a wise, unquestioned religious-like figure that the children were made to look up to. And that wasn't
It
all,
could really
as the
just be
characters shown
another
alongside Berg were
cult
also
that
members of
did
his real
the
family,
exact same
separating them
thing,
in a
but
regular commune.
there was like
Mother Maria was
a
the nickname of Karen Zerby,
hold on.
David's wife who helped him run the cult and facilitate this era of hypersexualization, while Aunt Sarah was based on Sarah Kelly, the woman in charge of running the
Okay, there was like a show on Netflix a while ago. I forgot exactly what it was called, but it was just like interviewing and kind of giving like a visualizer of people's like like trauma in their past that they overcame or survived, whatever. And one of them was about actually a few of them were about people, like boys and girls, who lived through like really bad abusive sex cults that were ran on religion that they eventually like escaped. I don't know if it was exactly this, but
prison camp made
yeah.
to punish the kids who dared question the family's beliefs.
Sarah Kelly, who was responsible for me being held against my will in the Philippines.
But the most grotesque detail to come from the revelation of who these characters are was that it showcased David Berg's polygamy, as he was actually married to many people in the real world, and two characters on the show itself.
There you go.
Mother Maria and Davida, his then 5-year-old stepdaughter. Davida would eventually go on to tell her story, stating that she had been Berg's child bride.
Oh man.
There was a ceremony with the ring and everything, and once I turned 5 years old was when I was implicated into being one of his queens, so to speak.
Along with allegations that she had been victimized by him countless times.
Damn, bro. And she's beautiful. That's so sad.
Was often sexualized by Berg publicly, with Berg having stories made and illustrated depicting his fantasies about her when she was just a child. On top of this, numerous people within the group also claimed that she had been outright assaulted by the hands of Berg, as well as many others in the group.
And look at our pretty, pretty girls today. You're dressed in such nice dresses and your hair looks so nice. Yes, you look so pretty for all the children that are watching today.
The context of who these characters are makes this already disturbing show that much more sickening. But with all of the horrible stories to come from the real-life characters of Life with Grandpa, there's one that is far and away the most horrific. The story of Davidito.
Okay, this is the boy.
He's such a handsome boy, isn't he, girls? Would you like for David to share some more lessons?
Yes, Grandpa.
Are you all ready? Okay, David, you have the floor.
His real name was Ricky Rodriguez, and as a baby, he was taken in as Berg's son following Maria conceiving him with a man after a night of flirty fishing. And being David's first son, he was given the nickname Davidito. As for David Berg, he viewed this child as essentially a messiah. He began telling his followers that Davidito would one day save them from the apocalypse, causing Davidito to become a celebrity within the group, and worshipped as a religious figure when he was just a baby. Which explains why he was given so much airtime during Life with Grandpa, and why he was constantly being showered with gifts.
We want to give you a little surprise because you were such a good witness.
And for David and Karen, they wanted Davidito's life and
Yo, Gato, where you from, bro?
All members of the group, as they raised him in what they believed to be the perfect manner for a godly household. And so the couple and several other contributors documented the way he was raised, with daily journal entries that were published as weekly newsletters, and eventually turned into one massive
How old are you, girl?
titled The Story of Davidito. And the family truly believed that this over 700-page book was the ultimate guide for parenting and showed the only proper way to raise a child. Though what it actually
Just fucking full of sluts.
Was being
period. 18. Okay. I fuck with you, shorty. You're hella silly. I appreciate you being here the whole time. Do I like recognize your username? Would I recognize your username on Instagram or nah?
Faces removed and drawings placed over the top of them in order to hide their identities. The book was not only promoting sexual acts with children, but it was outright showing it, and showing it happen to Davidito. And because of this, we have a daily journal entry of all the abuse that this child suffered, starting when he was an infant.
Man, this is disgusting.
Going on within the family, they had up until
okay, period, girl. Real one.
The story of Davidito would prove to be the first domino to fall, as the book leaked to the press.
Tonight, the cult Children of God, founded by Moses David Berg, he reportedly sanctioned sex among children.
This immediately became a news story all across the world, and it began shining a light on the family and its twisted beliefs. But despite all the constant news coverage, and the story of Davidito being tangible proof of the cult's horrible practices, there was still essentially nothing done to stop them, as very few arrests were ever made as a result, and even fewer resulted in convictions. So nothing was ever done to help Davidito. And so during his entire childhood and his early adult years,
No, I love you ladies, for real. Y'all are what I do this shit for, bro.
The constant pain that he was experiencing eventually made him want to just run away from it all. And so, in 1999, that's exactly what he did, fleeing to the United States in the hopes of starting a new life. Though this was easier said than done, and no amount of distance was enough to keep him away from his tortured past. At one point during his time in the United States, Ricky actually opened up about the struggles he was experiencing on a website made for survivors of the family. And there, he documented just how bad things really were for him and several others behind the scenes, living with Berg, appropriately titling the post, Life with Grandpa. It was apparent that he was haunted by this life that he tried to escape, as the trauma was an everyday cycle of hell, and he just couldn't take it anymore.
You know that sometimes the Lord likes to test our faith, to teach us patience, and to really make us pray? This is just what happened to me once.
Well, hey everyone. I want people to know that even though some of the things that I'm going to try to do are rather shocking,
explain some of the reasons behind it.
I'm trying to figure out what song he was listening to, but I don't think I know.
Ricky Rodriguez set up a video camera in his apartment and expressed his desire to kill his mother and other leaders of the group for all the dreadful things that they had done not only to him,
Fair.
but to all the other children.
Fair.
Bring down the family once and for all.
My goal is to get those sick bucks, Ma and Peter, and you know, then I can go to the next life knowing that, you know, that I made a difference.
With Ricky going as far as to show off the various ways that he planned on torturing them.
I'm gonna have to make do. I got my drill here. Got lots of fucking duct tape.
God knows, he hears, he cares. He loves his girls and boys. He gives his very best to those who let him choose the toys.
Huh?
By this point, David Berg had been dead for years, though the family carried on with his mother, Karen Zerby, assuming full control, which explains why she was the primary target. And much like Berg, Karen spent most of her life in hiding, with Ricky being unable to track her down, though he was able to find Angela Smith, one of the nannies responsible for raising him, as well as one of his most prominent abusers, as she was even shown in the story of Davidito assaulting him. At this point, Ricky was exhausted, and Angela was his last shot at getting intel to help him find his mother and finally carry through on his plans. And so, he invited her over for dinner, under the guise of rejoining the group.
I went home that night and tried to wait patiently for the next day. But the Lord still had more lessons that he wanted to teach me. This is what happened.
Before Ricky could even get the information he was looking for, something in him snapped, and midway through their conversation, Ricky grabbed a knife and stabbed Karen in the arm, and then slit her throat. He fled the area that night, driving for hours until he reached California, the place that years before David Berg had started the family. There, he called his ex-wife, professing to everything he did, saying that he did it mainly for his sister Techi, but he felt no better. In fact, he felt worse. And even looking back at the video, it's very obvious that this was something that Ricky didn't truly want to do, and instead, he felt like he had to do it, to avenge everyone that the family had hurt.
I'm not trained. I don't know how to fucking do this. I don't even want to fucking do this. God damn it.
Damn.
And it was too late to take back what he did. And so he stopped the car in a dark
That's
parking
so
lot,
sad.
sat there for a moment, thinking about everything that had happened during his painful life, and ended his suffering once and for all.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Have done to us. You know, didn't actually, you know, grab a knife and cut us up, but man, they sure fucked up our brains. That's the way it was at Grandpa and Mama's house. Literally or figuratively, they're going down. So, with that happy thought, I shall leave you.
Dang, bro.
Ricky Rodriguez's death was devastating for the community of survivors of the family, and it caused shockwaves all throughout the family itself, as his final video was plastered all over the news. And though it didn't happen in the way he expected it or wanted it to, Ricky's life and death undoubtedly contributed to the decline of the family, and helped diminish the cycle of abuse within the group. Starting from the story of Davidito, the public pressure forced Berg to outlaw the widespread abuse that he once preached. And though it is believed that it never really came to an end, it was at the very least significantly reduced. And by the time the news began to cover Ricky's death, it proved to be the final wake-up call for many still within the group, as they finally began to see through the facade that had once controlled their lives.
Like Grandpa says, prayer is powerful. When we pray, things will happen and things will be different.
It's difficult to watch any of Life with Grandpa, knowing its history, its purpose, and the real people that it was inspired by. Though as soon as the media began taking notice of the cult, many members were made to purge the media that was sent to them that may be considered incriminating. And as a result, it appears that most of Life with Grandpa is missing to this day, and potentially destroyed forever. Currently, only 4 episodes have been recovered, and it's not even known how many more were released, or even what year the show started or ended. But considering how closely the show mirrored the book, it's possible that these potentially missing and destroyed episodes are much worse than the ones we have today.
I mean...
But despite not knowing the full extent of the show, it's clear that Life with Grandpa and the countless other programs that the family made did exactly what they wanted them to. They brainwashed an entire generation of the cult's children, and the effects were devastating.
But they become extremely agitated when we ask them about Moses David Berg's teachings on sex.
My Little Fish. Now, your father described that as a routine publication.
They're not having sex, they're just kissing and hugging in bed. That's not sex.
If you show it to other people, they don't understand. That stuff's not supposed to be publicized. So many people think sex is wrong. So many people hate us. But we just telling them the truth. We're just telling them it's not wrong. We're just telling them that there's nothing wrong with it. And here come these publicizers doing them to everybody.
Oh, that's
Between the
horrible.
strange content from the program itself, its obvious attempts at indoctrinating kids into a cult that was only ever going to harm them, the real-life people behind the characters, and the fact that this propaganda was so effective, I have no doubt that Life with Grandpa is the darkest children's show that I've ever come across.
Oh,
Though,
wow.
shockingly, there's somehow one more layer to the story that makes this program even more disturbing.
Oh, great. Yay.
And now, here's the exciting ending to this story.
One thing that we haven't discussed yet is who was actually the one behind the creation of the show. There's no doubt that it's David Berg's stories and was probably done at his request, but who was the one actually making it? Well, unfortunately, most of the people who worked on the show have their identities hidden by only using their first names, or even using straight-up aliases, so I could hardly find any information on any of them, with the exception of one: Peter Puppet. Peter Puppet was sort of a celebrity within the group, being responsible for numerous puppet shows, including one called The Lovettes, which was actually far more popular than Life with Grandpa, and was even supposedly broadcast on TV in the Philippines, with the show being a disturbing rabbit hole of its own right.
Would you like to hear a story? Well, then let's go see Grandpa in the garden. Hello, children. So nice of you to visit us in the garden today.
But Peter Puppet owned this group and was in charge of the Lovettes team, and coincidentally, the Lovettes just so happened to be credited as the producers of Life with Grandpa. So Peter Puppet was, at the very least, one of the contributing creators of the show. And he also seems to be the one in charge of performing the actual musical numbers on the show, as they featured puppets that belonged to Peter and the Lovettes team, with these segments interestingly being credited to an unknown man named Peter Pioneer.
We have a beautiful song from Peter Pioneer.
It's not a concrete link, but it's clear that Peter Puppet had a role in the show's creation, and helped push the family's disturbed ideology onto hundreds of kids across the globe. But during the creation of Life with Grandpa, it seems his own beliefs were being tested. In the beginning of the video, we saw an example of the family's view on doctors.
Surely a doctor would have stitched it, but our God is still a God of miracles. Praise the Lord.
This sentiment was really common in the family, as Berg outright forbade any medicine or surgeries of any kind, instead preaching that miracles from God were the only way to heal. And because of this, many members of the family with chronic ailments or fatal illnesses were basically left to die.
Yeah.
And one of those left suffering was Peter Puppet. His life is almost entirely a mystery, as he lived in hiding in one of the family's compounds, but according to some of the group's members, one day he noticed something in his neck, a small lump, and over the next few weeks and months it began to slowly get bigger and bigger, to the point that Peter had to go visit a doctor in order to see what was wrong. And it was there he learned that inside of him was an aggressive tumor that was only going to get larger. The good news was the tumor was actually operable and could be removed with little risk to his life, but the bad news was surgeries were against the family's beliefs, and so he turned it down, instead opting to go back to the compound to pray the tumor away with the other members. This, however,
Pray the gay away.
Instead, the mass began to grow at an even faster rate, to the point that those around him could notice it, eventually leading to Peter hiding away in his room, away from the others, not wanting to be seen. However, at some point during his struggle, a photograph was taken, showing the entire compound he was living with. And in the background, we see...
Oh, shit!
Whose neck is impossibly large. From here, it said that Peter began to beg the family to take him to get the surgery, as the tumor was quite literally suffocating him slowly, turning him against the very beliefs that he once forced upon so many children over the years. But the family forbade it, insisting that he wait for a miracle that was never going to come. With nowhere else to turn, Peter Puppet supposedly ended his own life shortly after this photograph was taken, adding the final pillar of context to Life with Grandpa, a program that can only be described as the darkest children's show ever created.
We've got to go now. Let's wave bye-bye, kids. God bless you. Come on, say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Great.
For many a year, driven by hunger and filled with fear, I must arise and go backward through sorrow, my steps to trace, seeking my heavenly
Great.
Father's face, willing to take but a servant's place.
Bro, what?
I should arise and go back to my father and home, back to my father and home.
Bruh.
I should arise and go back to my father and home. Why should I will arise?
Oh my god. I'm overhearing this dude. Due to such limitations, I'll never receive the justice they deserve. Great, 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 great. Man, they still running that shit. They are still doing that. Cause what? No. I'm gonna say no. That's cap, bro. Yeah, apparently it is, bro. You guys getting flaky in the chats. Flaky, flaky. Shit, I mean, Schoolboy 9 or what? Alright. Oh.
Accounts pretending to be kids. I came across a reel randomly, and it's led me down this weird rabbit hole of people using AI or dressing up pretending to go to school. They all seem to have high heels, check images in them. Is this an age play thing or something more sinister? Literally anything helps as I keep trying to look for answers. This post was made to the subreddit r/Instagram by the user numerouscut792 on April 15th, 2024. It featured screenshots of 3 bizarre-looking Instagram pages they had encountered earlier that day, with OP expressing concern that something truly disturbing was happening with these users. And those in the thread agreed.
No, kink shaming should definitely exist. Shame in general should just exist. Bullying is actually sometimes beneficial.
Accounts apparently belong to 3 different children. However, when combing through their posts, the content seems to imply something much more bizarre was afoot. Something truly disturbing. This post would be the start of a story that would eventually be picked up and shared all across the online world, becoming one of the more notorious internet mysteries in recent memory, as these accounts revealed an unending rabbit hole that is still being traversed to this very day, in an ongoing investigation into one of the most depraved oddities ever found on Instagram. This is the emerging story of Smart Schoolboy 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. School. I hope you like these photos. School is good. Really good.
We'll return after these messages.
Before we get too far down this rabbit hole, I want to first thank today's sponsor, AG1. AG1 is a daily foundational nutrition supplement that supports whole body health, packing in 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients into one product.
Alright, buddy.
The more I've been thinking about my health, both long-term and short-term, and I've realized just how important it is.
I don't know if y'all ever knew COD Vis. So on TikTok, there was a rule. Come on, guys. Funny ass vids. Right? Playing with that. It's funny. Okay. I was talking to him for a minute. He had some. Oh, hell no. That is terrible. CNC kink. That just fucking means you want to rape. Is a man, like, respectfully, a man liking that says more than a woman liking it, for sure. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Beautiful boy, an account looked after by me, a degree-educated mother choosing to stay anonymous. This was the bio of the first account pictured in the Reddit post, an account named TruthSticks11, which was said to be operated by a 12-year-old boy and his mother. Back in October of 2021, the duo would make their very first post, kicking things off on a somewhat concerning note, though not for their own page, but instead another account on the platform.
So,
What the fuck, bitch?
run by a man pretending to be a boy.
The video was created and posted by the mother for the sole purpose of warning others of a specific user who had been posing as a child online when, in actuality, he was a grown man who did this in order to get close to and exploit other children across the platform. It's the grim reality of this online world, as predators will do just about anything to get closer to children, and it's a reality often unrealized or even ignored by parents, which makes it almost refreshing that this mother was out here trying to raise awareness. These posts would become the crux of the account early on. They would call out this user and their many accounts again and again, eventually going more in depth about what this person would actually do, claiming that they had a strange perversion to dressing up as a young schoolboy. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. This theme of calling out online predators would remain consistent throughout the years on TruthSticks11. However, after some time, the mother behind the account began to use the page for its initially intended purpose, to share photos of her son. The photos began reasonably normal, and would show this young boy studying at school, accepting awards from his principal, and even school presentations in which their son
Just a nice bowl of soup. So after the internet room shreds about me, I'm dissing me for telling him no to raping me and why. He said he was going to kill. Alright, buddy. So I posted TikTok asking for answers. He took that video down. But as a victim, because he said his story didn't want his future wife.
They began to appear heavily edited in an almost inexplicable manner.
Oh, hell no.
With deep red lipstick often being added, which was enunciated by his face being turned pure white. This unsettling trend would continue from here, as with each passing post, the photos grew less authentic and more surreal. Until they became straight up disturbed, even sickening.
Yeah, bring back being stoned to death.
Past just the images too, as the posts began to appear as disjointed collages, often showcasing multiple grotesque images and paragraphs about how much this user loved school. And this wasn't the only shift either. At some point, the son behind the account began posting content that allegedly came directly from him, saying things like, "My really cool mom asked me if I'd like to post, and I said, yes please." He even shared supposed videos that he had filmed of himself, which were equally as unconvincing as his photos, and somehow even more chilling. The boy even shows off his singing in one of the clips. Though their voice sounds...
Bro, I never knew the lore of this. I just know the name.
And extremely off-putting. And though this content was visually alarming, another
I didn't know it was like this.
Concerning, as over time, many of the
I thought it was like some underground rap shit.
Fake AI children in explicit positions, with their faces sometimes even being photoshopped onto scantily dressed adult bodies. One thing is blatantly obvious about the TruthSticks account. The supposed child behind it is not real. Even in the more passable photos at the very beginning, there's evidence to suggest that these were likely AI as well. And based on the disturbed, borderline illegal content that this page featured, it seemed more than likely that whoever was behind this page was not an innocent mother concerned for the welfare of other children, but instead, a predatory individual themselves. And this wasn't
Oh
the only
no.
account. The second page featured on the Reddit post belonged to a user named girlchloe12 and bore striking similarities to Truth Sticks. The page was also supposedly run by a child and monitored by their parent. Bizarrely, they also posted frequently about the dangers of online predators. With the wording of these posts and the editing,
I
you
think you can
instantly
send
know
links,
that
but
was same as Truth
I can't
Sticks.
click them,
This
but I
was over
think
the
other
top.
people
These two
can.
accounts even frequently interacted with each other, thus providing a substantial link on its own. But by far the most compelling link between these pages is one that is easy to miss at a glance, with that being a blatant obsession with high-heeled mini boots. These shoes were mentioned or shown in virtually every single post made by these two users. At playtime, I'm sometimes running around with my really cool heeled footwear I wear with my uniform. After coming home from school, education isn't over for the day once the blue blazer, gray jersey, neat tie, white shirt, tailored close-fit gray trousers, and black heeled mini boots are in the wardrobe. No matter what they discussed, school uniforms and mini boots were always a talking point, which adds confirmation to something that is already becoming apparent. This is
Bruh.
fetish content, not too
Duh.
unlike the bizarre accounts in the Pipergate rabbit hole. Fetish content centered around children. And what makes the Chloe account so disturbing is that AI was seemingly not used, and rather the images seem to be of actual children. Despite this disturbing distinction, these two accounts are cut from
Great.
the same cloth, and all signs point to them being created by the same person. A person who, despite their constant warnings of the dangers of adults pretending to be children online, seems to be doing the exact same thing, as part of some sort of fetish, the extent of which we'll discuss later. But for now, one thing was for certain. These pages were not run by children, or their parents. So, who created them? Well, that brings us to our third and final account shown in that initial post. Smart Schoolboy 9 was much the same as the other two accounts. They warned of online predators, obsessed over high-heeled mini boots and school uniforms, and posed as a child despite clearly not being one. But Smart Schoolboy was
Okay,
different in
this
one main
is
aspect. The
the
person behind the account
the
wasn't
lore
pretending to
of
be a child, but they were doing
school
so in a much
Smart
more
Schoolboy
apparent light,
9,
as they didn't use AI
an
or
internet
stolen images
rabbit
of other
hole.
kids to form their identity, and instead, they used photos of themselves.
Oh. Oh,
In the images
hell
posted on the
no.
account, we see what appears to be a fully grown man, dressed in a schoolboy's uniform. His face is painted pure white and has bright red lipstick, and he's, of course, wearing high-heeled mini boots. Characteristics that were all utilized across the other accounts, only this time it was done on himself, as he poses as a child pretending to go to school, as well as pretending to go through other life events common for preteens. And the photos aren't even the most disturbing part, as the account consists primarily of videos.
School. Hey, let me know if you like school as well.
The videos are all incredibly off-putting.
Why is
Some
he
show
all
him
like...
driving home from school.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What is that?
School.
Others show him claiming to be on the bus heading towards school.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm on the school bus.
And other videos showing him doing whatever this is. With these strange sounds and the process of sticking his tongue out appearing to be part of his fetish. As much like the other accounts, his content is overtly sexual, in its own bizarre way.
What?
In fact, there's a video of him with his full outfit on, where he shows himself staring into a mirror as he appears to pleasure himself, right out of view of the camera, as he stares into his own eyes. This account is by far the most sickening part of this whole rabbit hole, and also the most important. Interspersed throughout his page are a few
Computer.
examples of what this individual
Redact
said.
his life, bro.
This is quite good.
Which just so happens to be the same voice heard in the very first clip shown on the Truth Sticks account.
A man pretending to be
a boy.
Meaning that this full-grown adult man is the one behind this entire rabbit hole.
What's up, bro?
These accounts pretending to be a child and their mother, getting some sort of sick satisfaction from whatever this is. And the worst part is, these activities aren't just kept behind closed doors. As we can see on numerous occasions, videos of him walking around outside in a public space with his full.
What is wrong with this guy, bro? It gotta be New York. Gotta be New York.
It's truly one of the strangest things that I've ever seen.
Oh, hell no, bro. What?
Extremely difficult. But based on the information found from this first Reddit post, a few likely conclusions can be put forward. This man is
okay, yeah.
the idea of being a kid.
Yeah, makes sense.
When they speculated that this
I'm tranquilizing it and studying it for science, bro. Oh, fuck. No. George Santos.
Has some sort of attraction to other children as well, as he's quite literally created faux CP.
Dude.
Which is so disturbing that I can't even really describe it here either.
This motherfucker.
And he's using the likeness
this is terrifying, bro.
Very real people to do so. That much is obvious. But there was also the possibility that he was pretending to be a kid in order to exploit other children across the internet. At this point, though, this was merely speculation, with much of the Smart Schoolboy 9 case remaining a mystery.
Yeah, way too much. Way too much. He's obviously not at school.
Months after this rabbit hole was introduced to the online world, the story began to be shared all across the internet, most notably on the r/Internet Mysteries subreddit, where the case really took off. There, internet sleuths began uncovering just how vast this web of accounts actually was, as it wasn't just these 3 pages. No, there seemed to be over a dozen, and likely even more that we still haven't found, as he's created his own sort of community, his own little world, where across each page he pretends to be a child,
what?
with these accounts typically following each other and frequently interacting, seemingly to make these characters appear as though they have real friends.
Yes, I did see that about Robert Pattinson. I did watch The Odyssey the other day too. It was pretty good. I do have a couple complaints, but it was pretty good.
He also shows images of very real young girls. But this isn't the most concerning part of this account, as on numerous occasions he's shown images of children at a playground.
Oh brother, where art thou more? Than what, The Odyssey? How are these even comparable?
Activities is something carried over throughout multiple of his accounts, with his most common alias being Stephanie, of which he has numerous different accounts featuring that same name.
Yeah, I'm Stephanie.
Dude, like, no.
This Stephanie character claims to be a 12-year-old aspiring poet.
All right, buddy. Sure.
Many of which showcasing examples of her poetry, which carries on those same distinct sexual undertones. I race to complete my poems when I've got an early start. Heart racing, mixed rhythms, maximizing miracles, rice with rap, and on the map. My Kennington, London syllables. Dancing though I know my underwear might show if I lean forward. Good.
Oh, fuck no.
Stansfield, 12. But digging even deeper, her poetry has even seemingly been featured in various articles and even newspapers, showcasing that this rabbit hole extends far past just the online world. This is clearly their obsession.
Is blowing my mind right now. What is going on?
Coming from all the way back in 2018, and this Stephanie character seems to be his go-to alias.
No, he's deadass.
It in even the literal sense.
Like, what are we doing? What the fuck?
As in one of his many pages dedicated to this Stephanie character, he dresses as her, wearing a wig and a dress, as he pretends to be a 12-year-old girl. Almost immediately after this case began gaining traction, the true magnitude of this rabbit hole was revealed. Across every single account are countless depraved posts and oddities that all could warrant discussion, but by far the most important discoveries were those that didn't actually occur on his own page, and rather the pages of other actual children. Do you like school? I do. It is good. You have some cool shirts, but I have to wear school uniforms to school. It is nice, but casual isn't allowed, and it's quite hot here in the UK, as the month of June suddenly got warmer. These are 2 examples out of many that show Smart Schoolboy 9 reaching out and attempting to befriend young children online. In one comment, he even warns a child about other comments from bad people, stating that it happens to most boys in our age group, but stay safe, stay cool, don't be dismayed by creeps. This is our best evidence.
No child is finna use that fucking word, bro.
He's actually posing as a child in order to make friends with other children. And given his overtly sexual interests and aversion to CP, it's not hard to gather why he was doing this. And these examples are only what we found so far. It's possible that there are dozens, or who knows, maybe even hundreds of other comments out there, hidden on unknown children's accounts. This is predatory behavior. The man behind Schoolboy 9 is a predator. And in case there was still any doubt of whether or not this was a sexual thing, here's what he had to say about being a 13-year-old girl. But have his tactics actually worked?
Mr.
Well,
Bobinsky.
is,
Yeah.
Nobody knows if he's actually been successful or not, or even what specifically he's looking for. We just know that he's trying to reach kids, as evidenced not only by his comments, but by the fact that he's solely following children on all of these pages.
Of course.
It's easy to look at these accounts and know that something is off. For children, it's not that simple, especially when there's pages showcasing photos of actual kids. Which brings up another frightening detail. Many of the images he's used of children
They rot like fuck.
traced back to their original creator, and some seem to appear for the very first time online publicly on this man's pages, which might mean that he was sent them privately. There's even one image that David posted on his Schoolboy account, which shows another kid that he claimed to be on a playdate with, though it's impossible to say if this is real or not. For now, we just don't know for sure. Though given the fact that he's reaching out to children, posting fetish content centered around children, and has even potentially photographed kids in the wild,
Oh my god.
Smart Schoolboy 9 needs to be stopped.
On God, put him down. Remove the kneecaps.
Finding this man and reporting him to law enforcement quickly became the top priority for those investigating the case. And luckily, he left several glaring clues behind that made this process a whole lot easier. On numerous occasions across his many pages, he would post images and videos of specific locations, even showing streets and mentioning very particular areas in his poems.
Okay.
All of which centered around the London area, immediately giving us an idea of where he was located. And that wasn't all. I mentioned how the alias of Stephanie was one that he used more so than any other, but what's interesting is that there was another name used just as often across his accounts, brought up time and time again, though it's a name that he never seemed to call any of his characters.
Dude, this is so deranged.
As a stepbrother, or a father, or even a friend from school, despite never actually picturing him, just mentioning his name. David. And sure enough, after connecting a few dots, it would be revealed that this person's actual name was in fact David.
Wow.
David Alter, with a man being 59 years old. At the moment, it doesn't appear that David has any past criminal convictions or documented history of this behavior, but we do know that thanks to the investigation done on Reddit and
Bruh, that motherfucker can't run.
Investigated by local authorities, which will hopefully put an end to his online behavior and shine some more light on who this person actually is.
What is going
The
on?
information that we really know about David is that he likes to write poetry and he makes music.
Dude, yeah, never trusted David.
I think I hear a running tram going back in time, not out of time. I think I like a little lemon and ice. Say Mary Ann, hey Steely Dan, I like the sound of that running tram.
And his name also appears in a random newspaper, where he's discussing the importance of kids wearing school uniforms.
Oh my god.
Have at the moment. But there is one very important aspect that we have
It's all up in my fucking ears, bro.
that being David's mental state.
Okay, clip it, dude, whatever. What the fuck, bro?
Doesn't know the extent of what they are doing. Now, even if this is the case, his behavior
You got me fucked up.
and he needs to be given proper help to assure that no one else gets hurt by his actions. But it is important to note that David is far more intelligent than he lets on. As his personal
fuck was
account shows
that?
He is fairly well spoken and articulate. And throughout his problematic content, most of his bad grammar and strange verbiage seems to be his attempts at more authentically trying to replicate a child. But it's impossible to know for sure.
This shit is crazy, bro. He's like real life fucking Jeff the Killer.
Clues littered across his accounts, showing us that he seems to know what he's doing, and he knows that it's wrong. Since the exposure of David's
Salad
accounts,
fingers
he hasn't
noise.
silently slithered away like most other predators would. Instead, he's actually responded on more than a few occasions, lashing out to those who have DM'd him, calling them the perverts and predators. He even left a comment on his Joanne account seemingly directed at himself, writing, "You are really sad. And if that's your name, David, be honest with yourself. You're 50, as you said elsewhere. You reply to me, a girl, as if I'm your buddy? No chance ever." This is something David does all the time. It's projection, and it started all the way back at the beginning of this rabbit hole.
So, that's the
Me and the gang, and we all crazy, bro. Like, what?
pretending to be a boy.
And he continued posting these predator exposés, along with other warnings about predators on the internet across every page he made, each of which being hyper-specific to his own predatory ways and fetishes. The things he accuses others of.
How are you your own boyfriend, own girlfriend, own dad, own friend, own op?
That this makes his account look safer to other parents and children. It gives the appearance that he's not another internet creep because he's actively calling them out. It's a way to build trust in order to befriend.
Yeah, it's just all my alters.
He knows what he's doing is wrong, and this is his bizarre way of self-reporting, probably to make himself feel better about what he's doing. And it's obvious based on just how accurate these claims against others are to him.
Of course, he's a fucking 59-year-old Londoner, bro.
At school? Yes. And these claims are made over and over again, as each time he calls someone out, he's further exposing himself, which becomes more concerning when you realize that these projections seemingly aren't strictly pedophilic. Within those eerily familiar expose posts he made on Truthsticks 11, he mentions how this user not only wanted to exploit children online, but they wanted to kill them as well. As he mentions that this user has a clear interest in cannibalizing kids, and even performing ritualistic sacrifices on them. And based on how accurate all of the other exposures are to himself, I have no reason to believe that this isn't part of his MO as well, as crazy as that may sound.
It doesn't sound crazy in the slightest. It sounds actually predictable as fuck.
Including some where he's added what appears to be rope to give the illusion that they're tied up.
Great.
And what makes this even more disturbing is that on his account...
No, I never knew the lore. I've just known the name. I don't use TikTok no more. I haven't used TikTok in years, so I just knew the name.
He likes to be awake and ready for it.
I never knew what this was about.
Photos that show other children outside from a distance, almost as if David was stalking them.
Oh my god.
This is highly concerning. Even if we don't know truly how low this man's perversions get, he is still far too close to children, which is perfectly encapsulated by this photo of him on a school playground during the day. And with his disturbing desires, I don't even want to imagine what he's capable of. Which brings us to the final piece of content that I need to talk about. Chasing another boy running in heeled mini boots. This was the text shown on screen during a short video posted onto one of David's many accounts. And in the video, we see the man pointing the camera at himself, showing his full face of white makeup and red lipstick. This video is edited more egregiously than any others I've seen across his page, with multiple explicit images and huge emojis covering the majority of the screen. Though just barely enough of the footage can be seen that shows David as he turns the camera around, revealing a young boy. Who he then proceeds to chase after, giggling all the while.
Dev as video star, bro.
Whether this was an edited video or a real occurrence, we don't currently know. David's doings are a mystery that will take some time to unravel, and my hope is that law enforcement will be able to follow through and help shed some more light on this individual.
Oh my god.
And put an end to his twisted behavior. But at this point, only one thing is for sure.
So he's still out there?
The story of Smart Schoolboy 9 is far from over.
Oh. Okay. Wait, what? That was it? Oh my god. What the hell? That was 8 months ago. Great. What, dude? Yeah. The fuck, bro? That is truly terrifying. Lurk around schools. He didn't always use the internet. Um, oh hell no, bro. Yo, what the fuck? I'm trying to see if they got any like real life. I feel like I have 7 days to live after learning this. Oh god. Most that is so yeah, I just checked. He's still the accounts all over Instagram. Okay. On a I deleted my TikTok because I clicked on a profile that might be his. Bruh. What? This is fucking weird, bro. Oh, hell no. His apartment is located and a bunch of locals posted about people bothering him. Like, how do we not know his name? Like, teens who saw all this shit online started fucking with him. This motherfucker's still free. Oh, God, though, the phone numbers. To this day, dead cheeks, bro. What the fuck? Oh, hell no, dude. That is some crazy fucking mentally insane ass shit. What are you fucking talking about? Bro, you're telling me that we're not looking for this guy. No one is looking for this guy. Like he's just like, yeah, you know what? That's just David, bro. Yeah. Yeah, that's just yeah, bro. He look you chill though. Like he's a little fucking he's a little fucking like scary, but he's cheeky. He's cheeky, yeah. Like he's cool. He's chill people. Hell no. How is life if you're hot and famous on the internet? Low key, honest question. I'm sure that my life is not much different than yours, my love. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, apparently he's been this way for a while. Sticks out like a sore thumb. Cheeky. Nah, bro, you gotta go. For all that AICP shit. Yeah. Um, no, he needs to be eradicated. What? Pack that motherfucker up. On God. I don't understand. That's just yeah, sure, all right, cool. Anyways, y'all want to pick the next one, I guess. I cannot believe what I just fucking watched. That was some whoa. Copy and paste link. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I don't really know these bits like that. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, give me a moment. Hold on. Put y'all back over here, and we shall. I'm just trying to access my chat. Are you on? Are you on Kiss of Death? Are you on Twitch or are you on YouTube commenting? Okay. I don't know I can copy it, considering that this is my own account. Wait. Nah, bro. Oh, dude. Because I don't think my chat comes up like just on the screen normally for me. Yeah. Would it work on YouTube? Probably. I just my bad. Because I don't be looking at like the active chat. The chat just comes up on. Yeah, just send me the title. I can just search it. Yeah. Oh, hell no. We gotta wrestle him up, bro. Pre-bake. Oh my god, break. Okay. This TikToker destroyed his life overnight. Okay. This TikToker destroyed. I need these nails taken off. Is ATL valid? No. I mean, like, valid for what? Like, for the people? No. This is August the Duck. Oh. Okay, well, we'll go to this dude's page. And yeah. This YouTuber ate a dog. Oh, great. Okay. Bro, fucking Ned. How old is it? 3 months ago. Okay, cool. Perfect. Him?
What is with and
Yep.
always telling me they say assault stories? I don't care. Stop it. I will embarrass you so bad. I don't care that that happened to you.
Ooh, I think I saw that video.
To title videos stuff like this TikToker ruined his career in 15 seconds. And then you click on the video and you're like, oh wow, the time it took for him to ruin his career was so much longer than 15 seconds. I wonder how that title came to be. Today, I'm giving back to the community. I'm putting an accurate duration in my title because I'm just that kind of guy. You're welcome. Imagine that you have it all. You're well liked on TikTok. You have a lot of followers on TikTok and that's pretty much it. I feel like by modern standards, that's kind of having it all. And imagine that you throw it all away to say that you hate women and you want to fuck your mom. Man, oh man, what a sentence. Unfortunately, though, that is somebody's reality, and it's what we're talking about today. Recently, a TikToker named Codvis has been blowing up like everywhere. Even if you don't know him by name, you've probably seen one of his videos if you're like terminally online like I am. He makes these videos.
White niggas love them patch notes. Yo, bro, we're back. Holy fuck, we're back. They just brought the fucking evisceration ray, 100 range. They buffed the damage. No fucking way, Hayden. Saying that, nigga, them boy don't play about no patch notes.
So while like obviously he was probably never going to be like a huge influencer from this, he was getting a lot of views on TikTok, he was building his social media presence, and he could have turned it into something else. That was until he made a few choice decisions. And those decisions were one, making a video where he addresses sexual assault victims and tells them to stop telling him their business, says it's all their fault, saying being a victim of something like that is not as hard as being a man, and compares sharing switching a story of being assaulted to him telling people about a woman that he's had sex with. And 2, DMing somebody about how badly he wants to fuck his mom. So, you know, sounds like a stand-up guy. Genuinely, though, I don't think I've ever seen anybody's social media career go down the toilet this fast. Like, this guy could upload anything and it would blow up. People were copying him. His Instagram was starting to blow up. And then, like, basically overnight, his accounts have either been banned or he's deactivated them on everything. So, pretty funny shit. We're going to be looking at both the video that he uploaded and the DMs that he sent because they're both just so fucking crazy. The thought process behind making either of these things public, truly incomprehensible. You'll see. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
What is with bitches and always telling me they sexual assault stories? I don't care. Stop it. I will embarrass you so fucking bad. I don't care that that happened to you. I'm sorry. Call it what you want. Oh, you're cruel. You're cruel. Okay, nigga. I'm a man, nigga. Life already hard enough, nigga. I don't give a shit. You're a girl.
So, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a coherent thought. First of all, your immediate reaction to somebody telling you something like this, being, I can use this to embarrass a person, is fucking insane. You know, obviously the idea that something happening to you against your will is something to be embarrassed about is fucking absurd, but also just being such a slimy piece of shit that you even get the idea to use that against somebody in that manner. This guy is not well. Also, what does you being a man have to do with this? Like, your life is hard? Oh, boo-hoo, you got to make money making TikToks. What a hero. You should tour the country giving coal miners lessons on how to be tougher. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's just pointless.
Are you just saying that
because
fuck your mom yet?
It doesn't matter gender. You can be sexually assaulted.
That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Stop talking about that shit. I don't talk to you hoes about the time that I be fucking all these hoes. No, I don't do that. Stop telling me about your sexual assault story. I don't care.
Alright, so not only is this just an incredibly fucked up
Right.
mindset to have, you know, just like in general, it gets a lot worse
Right,
when you realize
right,
that this
right.
is like directed towards a specific person. It seems pretty improbable that this video was not a response to the conversation he was having with what appears to be the person who ended up leaking the conversation about him wanting to fuck his mom. I'm pretty sure it's the same person, but believe it or not, this is not a situation that's being reported on by many people. But it looks like before he admitted to wanting to have sex with his mother, he was asking this person if they like to be force-fucked. Those were his words. And they responded by saying, no, not really, because of these things that have happened to me. This guy's framing it as if people are walking up to him, telling him these traumatic things out of the blue. Like, nothing about this guy's stance makes sense.
Stop victimizing yourself. Stop doing this. Stop telling me stories about how your boyfriend did you this way, did you that way. You always the victim and you did nothing wrong, because I know you lying, bitch. That's all you bitches do is lie. That's all y'all do. Y'all niggas wouldn't. Eve bit that apple, not Adam. Come on now. Bitches are always disobeying. Bitches been disobeying since the beginning of time.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get this freak locked up. This dude's a ticking time bomb. Holy shit. Implying that anybody deserves for these sorts of things to happen to them because they disobeyed. Holy shit, dude. If you're not on a list, I will personally see to the fact that you are put on multiple. What the fuck is wrong with you? People who say shit like this should not have the privilege of being in our society. They don't belong with the rest of us.
God already knew this shit. Why you think, bro? Why y'all think y'all got them get period cramps?
Bro, what?
It's in the shape of a Baphomet. Y'all bitches are the devil, man. Get the fuck out my face.
Can you imagine being this stupid? No, like seriously, can you imagine your
That is crazy.
This guy is literally explaining to the world how he believes that women deserve to be SA'd because they disobey and because they can get money from guys, I guess. And he says that that makes them the devil and that's why they get period cramps. Yeah, dude, you belong in like Arkham Asylum or something. You belong in a place that the layman doesn't even know about. Some shit you'd see in a TikTok iceberg video that you thought was just a joke. I want you in a prison that's on the seafloor of Point Nemo. Like, you need to be away from us. And if you don't agree with me on that yet, hopefully you will after you read some of these DMs. So again, like I mentioned earlier, he was having this conversation with somebody on Instagram. They were talking about like intimate shit, and he admitted to wanting to fuck his mother. Now, I'm not gonna read verbatim what he said like I normally would because I don't really want a recording of me on the internet saying these things, but I'll do my best. I'll say what I feel is safe. Basically, this whole conversation seems to start after he says to this person that he was talking to on Instagram that he wishes that they were his mom. So, you know, that's something. He then says, I'm not right in the head and I really don't think you want to know, after they ask him to elaborate. He then admits that he has done things out of lust because of his mommy issues. This person responds saying, like, do you want to talk about it? Do you feel comfortable talking about it?
Okay, so this is this you or no?
Bad that he wants them to know, which you know is never a good.
But you were you were just
that he hugged his
involved around this time.
While he was hard. For some reason, this was not an immediate block from whoever he was talking to. Instead, they probed further, asking if it was intentional or if it just happened, and he responds it was intentional. He was looking at her ass and got bricked. So, I mean, yeah, this guy is clearly an
Whoa.
Avengers level threat. I truly don't know what could possibly possess somebody to admit this to anybody with a heartbeat. Well, actually, I say that, and I guess that's kind of a lie. I feel like I know exactly why this guy said this. This dude seems like the type to think that the whole like, oh, I'm so fucked up, I'm such a weirdo, I'm such a bad person kind of shtick is Riz. Yeah, in case you were wondering, it's not. But clearly this guy thinks that way, and I guess there's only one of two possibilities here. Either one, this guy is truly just a freak of nature and he really does want to fuck his mom. Or two, he doesn't necessarily want to fuck his mom, but he was like, you know what? I bet this person's never heard of this one before. It's gonna make me stand out. Be a bit of a curveball. And you know, if it is that second option, boy oh boy was he right. Man, he was spot on. And fuck, I hate to say, but it kind of did work now that I think about it. Oh my god. The fact that this individual did not just block this guy immediately after admitting to wanting to fuck his mom and hugging her from the back while he's hard is just wow.
Oh my
That is something.
god,
One of my
that's
best friends on planet
so
Earth could say that to
fucking
me
weird.
and immediately call the FBI on his ass. A random stranger? What could possibly be your reasoning for continuing this conversation? Anyways, I think that's enough Freudian talk for today. Truthfully, I don't think I've ever seen somebody burn their career down any quicker. Like, really, I don't. The video that he uploaded mixed with the leaked DMs, like those two things managed to check off every single box if you are trying to burn every single bridge imaginable. You have successfully given, like any demographic that exists, a reason to not support you. Other than like misogynistic guys who want to fuck their own mom, which I've got to hope that's a pretty niche audience. This guy's got nobody left. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, I truly don't think that there is any coming back from this. I don't see anybody being able to like comfortably, openly support this guy. You know, if he just did one, maybe he'd be fine. I'm sure if he just uploaded the video, then there'd probably be a bunch of dudes who are like, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. That wouldn't surprise me, unfortunately, but when you admitting to hugging your mom from the back while you had a boner gets leaked, I'm not sure you can really recover from that one. I mean, I guess Kodak Black is doing all right, and that dude basically fucked his mom on camera, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Hopefully, though, he doesn't.
I don't know about that.
That's kind of what I'm trying to say here. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Seems like we do a lot of that these days. So yeah.
Kodak did get a charge for sexual assault though. So, wouldn't be surprised. What? All right, that was fucking weird. Yeah, okay, great. Oh yeah, I mean, the world is fucking evil, and that's not new. Yeah, shorty, that was pretty insane. Pretty freaking crazy. I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunately very rare. It's just very unfortunately rare to meet very many normal good people. Yeah. I'm only talking about what I figured. We could go story. It's a small community. Yeah, we're it's like literally it's like just us three right now. So yeah. I mean, minus the lurkers, I guess. I don't know. They're not really saying nothing though, so yeah. That was fucking weird. Oh my god. Alright. Well, you guys, do you want to watch something else? I am down to watch another video. I'll probably try to wrap up after that though. We can dive into something else, so I'm down. Alright, alright. Yeah, I got those. What you got? What you got, babe? What do you like to watch? Don't put me on the spot, bro. I don't know. Alright. Well, my For You page on YouTube is gonna be pretty weird at this point. So yeah. No, it was pretty fucking bad, dude. Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. I watched it like, and every time an episode would end, I would just be like, this shit is awful, dude. Like, you can tell so bad that it was made by a man, like, so bad. And it just lost all of its aura. And then, like, the things that they were making certain characters do, like, the trajectory that fucking Jules took was so lame. And it was so, like, straight man is writing the script for Jules. Like, it was so obvious. And then, like, when she got mad that they didn't want her to have 27 dicks on women on the painting, and then she just fucking threw paint all over it and drew like the most basic 12-year-old dick on the desk. That shit pissed me off so bad. I was just like, do we have to point out the fact that she's a trans girl every single fucking time that she's on screen? Like, does that have to be the topic every fucking time? Like, okay, I don't know. It's just like so redundant and dumb. And then like I can't even get started on the fucking shit with Sydney Sweeney. Like, they just wanted an excuse to create all different types of fetishes that she could embody. Like, that was just literally it. They just wanted any reason to have her sexually relate to anybody. And that's fucking weird. And I don't know, just a lot of it, honestly, was really bad. Cassie and Nate's narrative was so unnecessary and empty. Yeah, it was genuinely bad. But I will say I did really like Nate's death scene. I thought it was unique. And that's really about all that I can positively say about the fucking show. Imagine reading that script and being told, do you have to shoot those scenes in 15 minutes? Yeah, I don't know. On Insta rewriting it. Character storylines were robbed. Oh god. Low-key DL. Facts. I'm gonna need masks and Zendayas. Yeah, she was fine. But it's just like, I don't know. That shit sucked though. That shit was so bad. Yeah. Okay, and then I just watched the Odyssey also, bro. It was good. It was objectively a good movie. But my issues with the Odyssey was, one, why were they American? Why did they have American accents? That blew me. Like, that fucking blew me, bro. I don't how are they how is this Greek mythology and they're all American? And then the fact that Tom Holland was the lead role and he literally is European You didn't need to make him have an American accent, bro. That shit was weird. And then I can never take movies like that seriously. And I really love like medieval type movies or like Vikings and like shit like that. Like I fuck with movies like that a lot. But I just can never take that serious if they sound like they're from fucking like SoCal. Like it makes no sense to me. Anyways, that pissed me off. And then my other qualms with the movie. My other qualms would be I've seen Lord of the Rings, yeah. They modernized the language, yeah, exactly. And it was just like cringy. Okay, another thing that I'll say is Tom Holland being the next king. Fuck no. Hell no, not believable. That boy does not have enough grit. He does not have enough edge. He does not have enough gangster dog in him to be the next king. Like it, no, not a good pick. Not a good pick. And for him to, I don't want to say too much. Okay, I'm not gonna say that much. No, he's not at all. And even in his character, I would not bow down to Tom Holland. Well, Mask Zendaya does. So, um. Boy, okay. And then what else did I not like? The fact that should have took that throne even though he was a dick. Yeah, like he would make more sense for him to have even been casted as the son. Like that would have made more sense. But no, just straight off rip. As soon as they showed Tom Holland and then like I understood like, oh, he's the son of the queen, like bruh, no, hell no. But then even his character, like, didn't have any like gangster in him. Like the entire time he didn't kill nobody, he didn't fight nobody. And the one person that he did fight wasn't even like a knight or like a warrior. Like the one person he fought was a servant. And he barely made it out alive. So it was just kind of like the one person in the movie that you fought was not even a trained fighter and you barely made it out with your life. Like, okay, anyways, it's definitely, yeah, I do think it's still worth watching. Yeah. I think it was meant to be more like DiCaprio, Romeo and Juliet, where they modernized things to make it stand out from other adaptations. I mean, I do understand that. I just definitely would have been able to, like, fuck with it more if they at least had European accents. Like I truly don't understand how is this a Greek mythological movie and they all sound like American. It just was weird. The pig scene was crazy as fuck. Yeah, that was a good one. I do think though the movie is still good. I think it was still a really good movie. I think a lot went into the production of it. The troll scene was amazing. Was amazing. I really liked that. That was like one of my favorite parts of the movie. But oh my god, we went and we watched it in IMAX. It was so fucking loud. It was ridiculous. It literally I had to I had to plug my ears throughout multiple scenes in the movie because it was so fucking loud. Like I don't think that they were supposed to have it that loud, but they did. And it was like it literally felt like a fucking tornado was going on outside in my seat because of how fucking loud they played that movie, dude. And it was actually fucking scary, like with how loud it was. I was so overstimulated. And it's like a 3-hour long movie too. So it was just really ridiculous. I wasn't even in IMAX. It's such a loud film, 3 hours. Damn. Yeah, it's like almost 3 hours. I have seen Inglorious Bastards. That's a good movie. Um Yeah, I think it was objectively a good movie. I just yeah, I do have certain things that I can kind of clock at cuz and then another thing is Zendaya, her role was pointless. her role was literally pointless. The only like moment of her actually there was for like 2 seconds. And yeah, it was just fucking pointless. She didn't get not one script. She said not one word through the entire movie. And also Mia Goth's role was pretty much pointless as well. Yeah. And Mia Goth is English, and she was the only one in the movie who kept her accent. It was just that was weird to me. I do love Mia Goth, yeah. They just probably wanted to say Zendaya was in it. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't really know. And then what else? I do think like there should have for such a long movie, I feel like there should have been more character development or at least like understanding of certain characters because like straight up like Robert Pattinson's role, like they didn't even like what is he? Like I get that he's in the town. I get that he's like a strong dude who wants the queen, but like they just didn't like explain or give any context to like his position as a person in that community. Like he had like hella people who like listened to anything he said and like he had like some type of like unspoken power, but it was just kind of like why? Like is he like a chieftain? Like is he like I don't know, is he a general? Like I don't know why do people respect him? Why do people listen to him? Like I don't know what's his like I don't know what's his stripes. Like I'm trying to know. Anyways, yeah, there was just certain things that I'm just kind of like, okay. I mean, it was good, but like I feel like it could have been better. So, yeah. But I think it was beautiful. I think it was a visually very cool movie. Inland Empire, no, I haven't seen that. And do you like Frankenstein? I thought Frankenstein was pretty good. Yeah. Um, you have film recommendations. Damn, oh my god, I want to see what's up with this movie. Shit, Aura. I hate when that happens. Like a character can be so interesting and they refuse to elaborate. It's just kind of like, yeah, like how did we get here? Like, I don't know. I'd be curious. Like, what are your stripes, bro? Like, yeah, I'm trying to know. Like you got bodies. Like, how many? I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it was pretty good. I did think the pig moment was very cool as well. A movie that I recommend, I think The Northman is one of the best. Like it's one of my favorite movies, and it's about a Viking, and like it's like a similar era and like story kind of as the Odyssey kind of more so in like the son's role kind of, but he's got grit. He's got real life grit. He's that motherfucker on God. He's that fucking guy. I love that movie. It is beautiful and Anna Taylor-Joy is in it and it's great. It is a great movie for sure. He got that thing on him, no cap. Yeah, that movie I loved a lot. That's one of my favorite movies. So it's beautiful as well. And he's like a fucking wolf savage Viking. Like he like wears like wolf hood and like he's gnarly, like he's that guy, no cap. Um yeah, that's a great movie. He with that shit on God. Yeah, I'll show y'all a trailer of it. It's fucking cool. I love it. It's a great movie. Get that man a Tumblr. Okay. My fucking keyboard is so far away because I have it pushed back. Bruh, this movie is good. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, and what's his name is in it? William Dafoe. Oh, and Bjork. I forgot to even say that. Bjork is in the fucking movie. Should watch it. It's super good. Nicole Kidman is in it. Oh my god. And then like the twist that it ends up taking, fucking crazy, bro. Like, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Like the plot twist is excellent. It's so fucking good. Anyways, that's one of my favorite movies, yeah. Did I ever mention I got that drawing I drew of you in your highlights hung up in my room? Oh, which one was it? I really like the visuals. It's actually realistic. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good, and it's so beautiful. For sure, me and Skyrim on God. Wow, such big names. Yeah, a lot of really famous people are in this. Nah, but the main guy, allegations, he wildin'. Damn, girl, you know allegations on everybody. What did this motherfucker do? I don't be knowing. Alex Skarsgård. I don't be tapped into like celebrities, so especially actors. Boy, I'm surprised that I listed the celebrities that are in this fucking movie. I accusations of abuse and cannibalism. Oh. Well, that would be accurate for most Hollywood celebrities. So, yeah. Method acting on God, exactly. Yeah, that would be yeah, that would be accurate, I'm sure. What the hell? All right. Okay, this seems scary. What's this about? Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay. Anyways, oh my god, that's horrible. I don't want to look at that anymore. Actually, oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Right underneath it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Hey, welcome. That was Army Hammer, not this guy. We nuked your recommended. Dude, I know. No, it's okay. I already watched the really freaky shit. Me watching another true crime account is literally nothing new to my fucking feed. Anyways, fave supermodel? I don't really know. Ew, I hate Richard Ramirez. As you should, yeah. As you should. All right. I do have a really fucking scary, freaky ass page now. Like everything is just kind of fucking freaky at this point. What the hell, dude? Oh no. I guess I watched it already. Why is it showing me things that I've already watched then? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No title. That's ominous. The necrophilia iceberg. I bet you know all about it, babes. Like, okay. Okay. Did you ever watch As Above, So Below? Yes. Yeah, it's kind of one of those movies that's like a little odd, but it's visually pretty good. Daniel Larson, bro. Oh my god. I'm kind of brain dead at this point, so I'm just scrolling and none of this is like retaining in my head. How to start talking to people. Real. Oh my god, that's horrible. Mm-hmm. Dude, I know. Y'all, as much as I used to love her. Can we talk about how weird Bailey Sarian is as a concept? Like the just entire careers based on the death of others and doing your makeup. I mean, yeah. Yeah. A little bit odd, but shit. A girl's gotta pay the bills. The anime community. Alright, sure.
These are the most disturbing crimes committed by anime fans, starting with... It was March 14, 2015, and the seventh Pretty Cure film was going to have its first screening at the Shinjuku Theater. Strangely though, security at the venue was unusually tight for an anime screening, and it was all because just 2 days earlier,
Very
a
real.
22-year-old man posted a series of tweets that put the entire staff on high alert. Pretty Cure is a franchise that has become increasingly popular in Japan and all over the world since its release. Produced by Washio Takashi, this franchise centers around a group of magical girls who are granted special powers to fight evil forces on Earth. This might sound simple and almost childish, but Precure, as it is commonly known, is the 7th highest grossing anime film franchise in the world. And apart from
Get a
this,
persona
the
then,
global
girl.
sales of Precure had earned the parent company Bandai Namco a shocking total of 8 billion yen over the course of 20 years. This response is mostly due to the franchise's wholesome and cute content, but 22-year-old Fumiya Otaki didn't find it healthy or cute. While studying in Nibuta, Otaki initially fell in love with anime, but things would soon take a turn for the worse. On May 12, 2015,
Oh,
posted
like
on
you want
Twitter
you
that
want an
he had a
actual
bomb in the
suit.
lobby of the
Okay.
Shinjuku Theater,
Shit,
where
me
the
too.
Precure
But
film
that
was going to be
is
screened
a
at.
whole
The
car.
tweet went something like this: I've planted bombs around the floor of the theater. I will crash into the theater by truck and will burn the whole building down. Since there was only a day before the film's screening, the production company let the police take care of it. And after a thorough search of the theater's premises, the police department assured everyone that there was no bomb and that the pose was just a bluff. And the screening turned out to be a success, and everything went back to normal. But that was only on the surface. But before I reveal why it happened and who did this, allow me to reveal something about myself. Being connected to your family is more important than ever, and I always wanted to know more about my own history since my parents moved to a different country before I was born, so I never really felt that connected to my extended family, which is why this video is sponsored by MyHeritage, the #1 platform to uncover your roots and build other than Otaki himself, and that was also when he revealed his motive.
You can be a
Otaki said
hybrid
that
or
although he
you
was a
could
fan
just
of the
have
show, the
2
fact that the
original
characters were
characters.
so positive and happy made
That's
him
the cool
incredibly
thing
jealous in real
about
life,
being a
and so
furry is
decided to treat
that
everyone who's
you can
associated
have
with the show a
multiple.
list.
You don't
That
have
was
to
the
have just
reason he
one.
read up that twisted
It's like
post
alters,
claiming
bro.
that he would bomb the theater. This case showed that even young adults can be driven to do stupid things, but in the next case we see a kid doing something similar but far more sinister.
I think the mystery shrouding this is what's causing the alarm to parents. Parents are afraid, kids are afraid.
Death Note is one of those anime that is popular both in and out of anime circles because of its unique plot and gripping characters. Death Note is about this guy called Light Yagami, who finds a book that has the power to cause someone's death once you write their name in it. This
One of the
discovery is
best
so crazy
animes
that one girl would
ever.
take this idea and make it disturbingly real. It was in October 2015 when Danielle Sherris found her daughter, whom we will call Lucy, unwilling to go to her school, which was Nashua High School North in New Hampshire. When Danielle asked her why her daughter didn't want to go to school, Lucy initially stayed silent, but eventually revealed the cause. Apparently her classmate, let's call her Irene, was inspired by Death Note to keep her very own list. In this book, Irene wrote the names of 17 students whom she disliked, and beside their names wrote the way they will die in the very near future. And though it may seem like a twisted joke to some adults, for children it was disturbingly real. While no transcript of the book is actually available, the depictions of the deaths are reportedly highly detailed and unsettling. And after seeing her name at the 3rd position in the list, Lucy became genuinely scared that she'd die exactly as told. And Danielle would talk about it in a Facebook post, saying, "On Friday, the administration uncovered a list naming 17 students along with the dates, times, and the ways they would die. My daughter was on that list and went to a principal in fear, only to be told it was being handled and to return to class. The school told parents it was based on a Japanese anime and not a threat. The girl who made the list put my daughter at number 3 over a dirty look from 2nd grade. My daughter is now afraid to return to school. School often start with a list like this, and I refuse to take it lightly. I don't want Nashua to be the next Columbine, because we didn't take a death threat list seriously." And even though the school tried its best to calm the parents, it was futile. The situation became so serious that the Nashua Police Department had to intervene, and only after a thorough investigation did it become clear that it was all just a childish fantasy, and that there was no actual threat to the students. Now you might think this is the limit to stupidity, but the next fan shows how easily one can get arrested.
静岡市の静岡高校に侵入して机などを盗んだとして市内の20代の男が逮捕されました。
Love Life is about a few teenage girls who live their dreams of being idols in modern-day Japan. It is very similar to Pretty Cure and has gotten super popular since its release. In 2016, the physical sales of this franchise reached a whopping 8 billion yen, making it one of the most popular franchises in Japan. But like any other popular media, Love Life 2 had its fair share of controversy. But this was not due to its content, but due to its followers. While the majority of people are normal, some individuals here and there bring all the attention to themselves by committing weird acts. Like Kohei Ohori, a 28-year-old who seemed to not have outgrown his love for the franchise, because in October 2021, he decided to act on it by going on a burglary spree when he broke into a local school and stole one long desk, an extension table, an amplifier, and a desk from a private junior high. He escaped without being caught, and after a successful attempt, he then visited a private school for girls to steal 10 items too, including uniforms. In total, he would steal 16 items from these two schools. But everything nearly went wrong because Ohori almost got caught when a police officer stopped him while he was transporting an amplifier on a bicycle. He only narrowly escaped by lying that he is on his way from playing in the basement of Shizuoka Station. The success of stealing from the first and second school made him so overconfident that he even decided to steal from a third school. This time, however, he wasn't satisfied with spending only an hour there. He actually decided to spend around 12 hours from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. on the school premises. Unfortunately for him, he would eventually get caught, all thanks to the residents who complained that someone was in the school even after the school hours. And on February 2022, when Ohori stood trial, the prosecuting lawyer revealed Ohori's true motive. You became deeply absorbed in Love Life Sunshine, a school-themed anime. You wanted to recreate the kind of school life you had imagined back in your student days. And that's what led you to the idea of stealing a desk from a school. But originally, you had purchased a desk online. Why did it escalate to theft? And even advocates would ask a similar question. You do know that school desks and furniture can be purchased online, right? And he would simply say, yes, but Love Life is about the real school environment. I wanted to feel like I was truly a part of that world. The school life, the club activities. So to enhance that immersive feeling, I felt like I needed an actual desk that had been used in a real school. So you're saying a desk bought online wouldn't help you fully visualize or immerse yourself in that world? Exactly, yes, that's right. Why did you steal? Originally, I felt homesick, like I wanted to experience the nostalgia and mood of my school days and youth, or that I wanted to go back to spending time with my family. The reason was that I wanted to go back to when I was little. And after much back and forth, Ohori would be sentenced to 2 years in prison for stealing. But while Ohori's actions can be considered somewhat harmless, this next Love Life fan took things to a far more dangerous level. On October 23, 2015, a teenager named Tanaka shockingly posted a violent message targeting Love Life fans. He even included a chilling picture of himself, staring into the camera while brandishing a knife. And the post reads, without exception, I will kill all of this country's Love Livers with these hands. Love Livers are frauds and participate in antisocial behavior like stomping all over Wikipedia flyers. I will not allow such people to remain on this earth. I'll definitely kill them. Tanaka would quickly realize how foolish it was to make a public threat and reveal his identity at the same time. And the police also wasted no time in arresting and charging him with obstructing business. Now ironically, during his questioning, Tanaka confessed his love for the anime, stating that his threats stemmed from his hatred for how some people behaved publicly. Their reactions annoyed him to the point of believing they deserved to be unalived. Now, in contrast to Tanaka, who expressed his anger on others, this next fan chose to display his passion for anime through self-harm.
Este chico se enamoró de un personaje de anime, por eso hizo algo terrible.
It was August 24th, 2016, when Wendy Arrones Abando and Jesus Gamboa Ramirez entered their son's room to check up on him, and what they found in his room was something no parent ever wants to see. Their son, Taylor Gamboa Arrones, was 5 years old and deeply into anime and manga. Specifically, he was into an anime called Heaven's Lost Property, which centered around a teenage kid named Tomoe Sakurai, who stumbled upon an alien girl who then became his servant. While the plot could seem pretty straightforward, this anime was famous for fan service, which in anime refers to elements included in a series specifically to please the audience, often by appealing to their desires or expectations. For example, Heaven's Lost Property openly showed its alien main character in revealing clothes, and was full of dirty jokes and suggestive humor. Fan service like this is really popular in the anime community and ensures that people watch these shows and bond with the characters. Sometimes, however, this bond turns out to be too extreme, like in the case of Taylor, who developed an unusual and unsettling obsession with the alien character Icarus. Taylor was completely smitten by her, buying caps, shirts, and action figures, and other merchandise related to her. He would even write letters to her and dream of being her master. His obsession was so complete that he seemed to have lost the ability to distinguish between a fictional character and reality. And 1 month later, on his birthday, Taylor, unable to bear her absence, would write one final letter. I feel my heart explode.
Oh
and my soul break
no.
and crush, being destroyed each time. My heart is crushed without hope, and my body aches in internal and external pain. It hurts. It hurts so much that you cry from the pain in your chest. You can't stop crying because you know you're unhappy that you love someone and that you can't stop suffering. I love you, Icarus. And it hurts to know that you're not here. And I cry sometimes endlessly. And you want to escape, but you can't. I'm sad for myself. She existed for me. And what use is it to live if you can't be with the person you love so much? Truly. What's the point of working if you can't be with or go out with a person you love so much? I love it. If she were real, I would be happy. I would work only for her. And now I study for her.
Man,
I
whoa.
want her to be real one day. To be able to tell her, marry me, Icarus. And see how you melt into me. I believe in her. She had all the good of being human and the purity of heart. I love you, Icarus, forever and always. And after writing this letter, Taylor would go into his bedroom and leave this earth. He was dead. When his parents checked up on him, they found the walls covered with posters of Icarus and discovered the letter. And they would then go on to say, "We have a letter where he says that he wanted to die for love of that girl. He was delighted with Icarus. He asked God to forgive him, to take him to be next to the girl, and if not, he was going to be at the gates of hell. Be with her." My wife got up at 5 a.m., knocked on the door, and didn't answer me. I looked out the window and saw him suspended with the chain. And when I took him down, he was purple. I didn't take off the chain, which he wore on his pants. And after coming to know more about the anime culture and seeing how it adversely affected their son, the parents would openly call for a ban on anime. His father would even burn all the merchandise Taylor bought. I burned all the things. Shirt,
The
cassette,
ban on
games, and posters.
anime.
He was in the 7th year of school. He didn't like studying. The money we gave him to eat was spent on that cartoon. He was obsessed. He thought the doll had life. We want to help many young people who are obsessed with these dolls to ignore them, and for parents to be more aware of their children. And while from their perspective, this might just seem justified,
Yes, she's hungry. It's not up for me to feed her.
addicted, was met with ridicule on anime-related internet forums. Kid had a screw loose and self-terminated. As unfortunate as this is, there are far worse. Since the dawn of video games, anime, and other stuff that is flat out unrelated, the parents/others of said events blame everything. Fans like these blame other fans for tarnishing the image of the anime industry, but they don't realize that the bad reputation might also come from people inside the industry, like the next men.
It came to light that the 52-year-old producer had reportedly forced the 50-year-old girl to give him explicit photos.
Manga creators often face negative stereotypes outside the anime community. Unfortunately, men like Kenya Suzuki only serve to reinforce these.
No, she's just a baby.
Suzuki is the creator of the famous
She's
manga
not grown.
Police
She's just a
Family
baby.
Gaikuchan,
She
which
was just
started in
freaking
2014
born.
and ended in 2021. And the reason behind its end is a dark one. It all started when Suzuki's friend, another manga creator, Batan, tweeted out that Suzuki had been missing since December 8th, 2020. He asked everyone to spread the word and help him find his friend. And a few days later, Suzuki would be found, but Batan had no idea about the disturbing reason behind Suzuki's absence. A few days before, the police started searching Suzuki's house because they got information from customs that he had imported some illegal things from Germany. And the police subsequently found a large amount of obscene material in Suzuki's house, material that was alarming on a different level, because it involved explicit images of younger people, if you get what I mean. And after searching more, the Aichi Prefecture police would end up finding around 46 such magazines in Suzuki's house. And during the interrogation, Suzuki did not hesitate to tell the dark truth. He admitted that while he bought those magazines himself, it was legal when he bought them. And on top of that, he said that those magazines were imported from Germany because he desperately needed them. No matter what, I wanted photos of nude from overseas, which you can't get in Japan. And all throughout his trial, Suzuki didn't once try to appeal the court's decision, and almost immediately pleaded guilty to all the charges. So on 29th of March 2022, he was sentenced to 1 year in prison, with 3 extra years on probation. Now just 2 years later, an even more disturbing case emerged, involving a prominent anime producer. This time, however, the crimes were even more disturbing and more dangerous. Your Name and Suzume are 2 anime films that everyone praises immensely. They both have been nominated in many film festivals all around the world. But this story would begin in 2024, when Suzume receives the Best Film Award in the Crunchyroll Award Show. But while this is happening, behind the scenes, the Japanese police are already investigating a series of incidents.
Okay, good
When they
night.
come across the name of the producer of Your Name and Suzume, Koichiro Ito.
I too am going to be wrapping up very soon.
He supposedly paid a girl a decent sum of 12,000 yen to get her to take explicit selfies and sent them to
I
her.
still have to
Beyond that, he
fucking
also paid 2
take
other girls around
pictures.
50,000 yen to engage in adult
And
acts.
it's 3
The
a.m.,
problem
which
was the ages of these girls range from to 7 years old.
Yeah.
Ito, after being arrested and charged, didn't hesitate to confess the crimes, pleading guilty to 11 cases of
no, Minerva doesn't wake me up at
9
night.
cases of photographing inappropriate poses,
3 a.m. gang, oh god. Yeah, I kind of feel bad because I left my man alone like all day.
involving 1 case
And
of exploitation and possession of 5
yeah.
pieces of inappropriate content involving. And the truly puzzling aspect of this is that Ito did this knowingly, and the judge would give a final ruling that said he repeatedly offered money to engage in and secretly
That's
photographed
just life,
images
man.
of intercourse. This has a significant adverse effect on the healthy development of the mind and the body of the victims, who are immature in their ability to make autonomous decisions. The
That's
degree of
just life, yeah.
responsibility and blame is high. After
Of
this
course,
news came
of
out,
course.
the Your Name director, Makoto Shinkai, who's a long-term associate of Ito, tweeted out how he felt about this whole issue. Upon seeing the news of the arrest of someone involved with the work, I am deeply shocked. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt sympathies to the victims. I also feel truly sorry for causing unease among everyone who loves and supports
He
the
understands.
work.
He
I
hasn't
believe
been
that this incident does not diminish
bothering
the
me,
value
though.
of the work itself, but it is only natural that some may
But
view it
still.
with distrust. The fact is truly disturbing and saddening to me. Now this next case takes obsession to a truly new level.
SNS に投稿された写真から特定した地下アイドルの女性の自宅に押し入り
Eina Matsuoka was a young
Yes,
idol in
that he is.
underground
Thank
J-pop,
God.
and like many performers, she regularly shared selfies and candid snapshots online to stay connected with her fans. But there was one man who was looking for more than just a connection. The man was Hibiki Sato, a 26-year-old who became obsessed with Eina in an unsettling way. He didn't just enjoy her music or photos, but wanted to meet her in real life. And how far he actually went for this is just a proof of his obsession. One day when Eina posted her casual selfie, Sato noticed something that he could exploit. He saw a faint reflection of a train station in her pupils, and after zooming and enhancing this image, he used Google Street
Oh
View to
my
match the
God.
reflection to a real station. But his obsession wouldn't stop there.
Thank you,
To know
thank
which floor
you.
she actually lived on, he studied how the light bounced off her
He
curtains and other
fucking
videos,
tracked
observed
her
the
down
ambient
from the
shadows,
reflection
and
in her
simulated the exterior of
pupils.
her apartment building. And so step by step, he used these images to construct a map towards her house. It was September evening in 2019 when Sato put his plan into action. He followed Eina from a concert venue and waited outside her Tokyo apartment. And when she entered the building, he pounced on her and covered her mouth with a towel, dragged her down, and ended it with SAing her. She fought back by screaming, And thankfully, this is when the neighbors were alerted, who then called the police. But by the time they arrived, Sato was long gone. Now, despite this, the police managed to arrest Sato on September
Yes, you can
17th,
ask
over
me
2 weeks
for
later,
some
after
advice.
piecing together
Yes.
security footage and her report. And during questioning, he calmly admitted to everything, as he told investigators he located her address by analyzing her social media photos. But while this case is a story of obsession, the next one goes to places that are deeply shocking and disturbing.
The jurors found her guilty on all 6 charges, including kidnapping, aggravated assault, and unlawful restraint of a...
In January of 2012,
Okay, we're
19-year-old
gonna
Christina Rigustus
end the
entered
crime.
Bryant Elementary School.
Yeah. No more crime. No more crime for tonight. So much crime today. Chill, bro, chill. Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay. I make really artistically visual soft porn and sometimes just dead ass porn, not gonna lie, as a means of sexual expression more in an artistic approach. But I've thought about Loki starting an OF and selling that shit. Okay? So give me where you need my advice. Yeah, like, okay, cool. What where do you need my opinion based at, I guess? Only thing I'm concerned about is men and their nasty approach. As much as that would be my lame market, how the fuck do you deal with that shit? Well, I no longer deal with it. I don't do it anymore, but I used to. And you just have to. Hold on. My cat is at the door. Hold on. Well, yeah, there's no way to not deal with it. That is going to be 99% of your audience. That's literally mainly what it is. Out of 3 to 4 years of me doing OF, I maybe had like 2 women ever. So, yeah. That is going to be your clientele. No, I definitely know about that, but I remember you posting some whack shit, so that's why I thought to ask. I mean, yeah, they will always be on whack shit. That's kind of what it is. Like, there's no escaping it. Straight up, I'll tell you this raw as fuck. You can't be a bitch and like no shade. Like I'm not saying like you are a bitch. I'm just saying like you can't be pussy about it. Like if you want to do that, then you have to realize that that will forever be associated with you and that it will more than likely forever be somewhere accessible. Just straight up, that is what it is. And the whole thing with like cuz I don't know how old you are. I don't know what your career is. I don't know any of that, girl. So like you have to understand that it will always be associated with you wherever you go. And especially like someone like me who I just have a online presence and lore to myself. Yeah, it's like going to be associated with my character for a long time, which is fine because I intend to remain working online, working for myself, working as an individual creator. Um yeah, and yeah, I'm going to keep that going. I mean, I will never work for somebody else again. The moment that I learned that I can make enough money to pay my bills online, was the moment that I decided, yeah, I'm forever going to work for myself as long as I can. And I started OnlyFans when I was very young. I started OnlyFans when I just turned 18 because I had no other option. There was no other option for me. OnlyFans was not something that I enjoyed doing ever. It was never something that I liked. It was never something that I thought was fun and hee hee and cute and sexy and wild and hot girl shit. I never felt that way. I felt that it was soul draining. I felt that it was a weak visualization of who I am, and I only knew that OnlyFans was temporary because I needed to make enough money to afford the lifestyle that I wanted to live. And I didn't have any type of like support system in my life. So, yeah, I did what I had to do, and that's why now I do not do it because I'm in a relationship, and fortunately enough, he pays the bills for me, so I don't really have to worry about grinding so hard to pay the bills and also everything else that life comes with. But yeah, I will say that it is a treacherous career. You will always deal with fuck ass motherfuckers. You will always be demeaned. You will always be disrespected in ways, and you will just have to deal with it. Whether dealing with it means that you block that person or you scam them, which I used to do, no cap. I didn't give a fuck. Straight up, selling pussy online is like trapping. Like, you gotta understand, like, it's low tier, low vibrational ass ways to make money, which, okay, cool, that's fine. Do what you gotta do. But yeah, it gets wicked and people will definitely fuck with you, bro. You just have to be better than that. You look ethereal right now, sidetrack with the blue lighting. Thank you. I've been following you since I was 13. Nice. I can imagine. I plan to pursue something in art, film. Maybe tattoos, fashion, music. Okay. Thank you for keeping it real with me, babes. I've only thought about it because other people had advised me and I've only thought lightly on it. Yeah, I mean, and then just straight up, right? Like, I was able to make a lot of money on OnlyFans because I already had a following. So it was kind of easy for me to like diverge people into that because unfortunately I gained a really large like male following when I was doing memes back in the day. And then naturally they just sexualized me a lot to the point when I finally, oh wow, I just got 1 minute of ad, so I'm not even hearing your words to me right now. Okay, well, thank you for watching the ad. That is paying me. So I will give you I'll recap. If you remember the last thing I said, you could relay that. But I was just basically saying that I will say that I don't know the aspect of creating an OnlyFans from someone who doesn't already have a following. I don't know if you have a following or not. I don't know. But I'm just saying from my perspective, I was able to make a lot of money on OnlyFans because I already had a following and I had garnered a pretty decent male following because of memes that I used to make, and naturally they followed me and they sexualized me. And so, like, once I turned 18, it was just kind of like, okay, well, guess I'll sell nudes. And that's what I did. And honestly, it was just kind of like, dude, it was like a thing where it was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do like masturbation content. Like, I'm not gonna do all of that until the point where I did do it. And then porn, yeah, and then, like, whatever, like, it's just like a slippery slope, I guess. And money is crazy, dude. Money is a different type of thing. It'll make you do things that you disrespect your soul, like disrespect your morals for the money. And yeah, that's what I can say. It was very unfortunate, I guess, afterwards, because, like, I don't know, cap, I got an email the other day of somebody emailing me, leaked stuff of me being like, you fucking whore, I don't know, just whatever, saying shit. And I'm just like, okay, like, I'm not phased by it because I did what I had to do. No one will ever shame me for what I chose to do, publicly. Also, like, you can't shame me for what I've done publicly. And yeah, I have no, like, I'm not embarrassed by it at all, but it's just like, great, like, you're trying to call me out my name, but you're the one that's looking at illegally reshared content of me. I don't know, whatever, dude. Like, okay, y'all are just all fucking weird. That's what it is. Men being beautiful is a blessing and a curse because, yes, you can profit on being beautiful, but it comes with the freaks. And yeah, that's just that's what it is. Yeah, men cluster to any pretty woman and sexualize a hoe. I already dealt with that shit though. Stalkers and everything, and I'm a nobody right now. Just how are you dealing with that? No, girl, it's okay. It's okay. Nothing to be sorry about. It's not your fault. Plus, what that's what it's kind of made for. You should never feel shame for that when men are the ones buying and feeding into it. Yeah, I did it and men were feeding into it. Plus, you were never real secretive about it, right? It's more telling of the person than it is shit's weird. Yeah, right. Yep. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying. If you feel like your sexual identity is something that is like you're confident in and you have no like embarrassment about, and you're yeah, you can put it out there, then absolutely I think that it could be a beneficial resource for you if you already do it in your free time. Yeah, then you definitely could possibly make some decent money off of that. But other than that, if you're more so like me, where, yeah, that was never what I wanted to represent, I just did what I had to do to make enough money, um, then I would probably suggest no and just find other ways to make some bread, man. I need to ask you a question if you can answer it. Okay, bro, go ahead. How's the stream been? It's been long and it's been pretty good. I'm not necessarily too confident about it. I just don't have sexual expression. I just don't have sexual expression. I use my art to express it. Okay. I feel you. Um, yeah, I mean, kind of for you to weigh. You can always do an anonymous type of vibe too. People do that. Create a whole new Twitter, go anonymous on it. Yep. Well, you could commission it, yeah, but that's how I did it. I never posted free stuff ever. I was never that type. You could not subscribe to me and just see a scrolling page of my nudes. I was not like that. I was commission only. And yeah, my shit still got leaked. Yeah. So it is what it is. I'm not okay. You could Good morning, you're still streaming. I'm about to get off, babe. You took a whole nap and I still been here. My boyfriend and I are thinking of going on a date, but don't know where or what to do. Girl, I'm supposed to plan y'all's date? What do you think about the difference between the scene like Blood on the Dance Floor and other artists? Yo, what? I have no thoughts on Blood on the Dance Floor, dude. What? Yes, girl. No, I'm not planning you and your man's date. I have my own man to fucking worry about our dates. What? Girl, if you don't get original, I don't know where you live. I don't know what the fuck is around you. I don't know. I ain't planning y'all's date, bro. No shade. It's just like, what? Come up with your own damn date. What? Me and my man do basic shit. We go to the movies, we go to dinner, we go to the bar, we go do karaoke, we go play pool. Like, what? Billy Gorge, I hope you had fun doing karaoke. Thank you. I did. I did it for fucking 4 hours long, bro. Yes, Blood on the Dance Floor is weird as hell. Do you have any advice on owning a cat? I've never had one before, but I want one. Cats are chill. They don't require that much, but just clean their litter box at least every 2 days. Yo, everyone coming out from lurking now. I know. As I'm about to get off too. What's up, lurkers? Oh god. Hey, lurkers. Hey, if you a lurker, hit that follow button. You don't have to say nothing. Just come back and lurk again, babe. Like the motherfucking Loch Ness monster in this bitch. I was high key playing hella games with the bros. It's okay, dude. It's all good. Lurker Brady from the Valley. I think I followed. I don't know how this works. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't know if you're on Twitch. I don't know if you're on YouTube, but it's in the bio or underneath the screen. It's such a cute little live. I love tight knit communities. It was very sweet. I do appreciate y'all. Shout out Gato. Yay, she's feeding Miss Lady. But yeah, shout out Gato, shout out Kiss of Death. Y'all are real ones. I do appreciate y'all. I would love for y'all to join the next one. I am working on a stream schedule. At the moment, it's just been kind of random whenever I want to turn it on. So yeah, I am trying to get a little more situated, a little more organized, a little more serious about it. What's your new piercing setup gonna be? Who said anything about I'm getting new piercings? My piercing setup is exactly what I have right now, babes. Yeah. Shout out Hurt for You. You're real as fuck too. Yeah, if I were you, I just do it whenever I wanted to. Yes, it's just good to have a schedule because that's how you guys are able to know when to lock back in. I'm stretching my ears and when I clean them they smell cheesy. Yeah, that just comes with you can donate, yes. Yeah, you can donate, yeah, of course. Um that comes with gauges, yeah. The cheesy. It's just part of the game. You gotta just deal with it. As you stretch and get bigger though, it won't be that bad. Why the fuck is it like why are hella people joining back up? I'm so confused. Hey, okay. Shout out to for the follow. Smelly toe woman. I'm not trying to push it to get blowouts. Yeah. Don't always take your time. If your gauges look, dude, look, watch. If your gauges don't do this, they're not ready to stretch. I have single flare. So they flare on the front and then they have an O-ring on the back. But if your gauges can't pop through the front with the O-ring or with the flare, not ready to stretch, dude, and comfortably. If it's painful, no. No, don't do it. Don't do it though. Don't do it. Using glass plugs. Okay, that's good. I have just steel. Hey Bill. Hey, what's up? You talking about donating? It was you capping or no? You capping on me with that? Okay. Very interesting, guys. You guys are coming out the woodwork now. I don't know if my boyfriend went to bed or not, and I'm curious. But I do have some business to attend, babe. So thank y'all for the stream. It's been real. I don't like hella new folks is coming in here talking, but it's like, babe, where have y'all been for the fucking 7, 8 hours that I've been on here already? You weren't here for the Davids, bro. If you don't know Davids, if you don't know David and David and David, then you're not an OG, bruh. UK problems. Okay, I feel you. All right. Good night, guys.